Tuna wageni watatu, Mheshimiwa Sebastian Kapufi mbunge, ambao ni wadau wa maendeleo kutoka Marekani. Wadau wa maendeleo kutoka Marekani, karibuni sana.
Shalom, salama, siyemi, shalom. Greetings to all my Israelite brothers and sisters from around the world, whether you're the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the house of Israel, or you are a Gentile grafted in under the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach. If you say anything otherwise on this channel, in this chat, well, if you're on the panel, I'll remove you. And if you're in the chat, I'm just going to block you. That's how that goes. Because I need to, as Brother Yacoba would say, you better give me some good biblical exegesis, and there ain't anything on out there that can counter that. Yahusha is who we all go through in this life to get salvation, both spiritually and, yes, family, it's about to get physical. I gotta get physical, yeah, because it's about to get there. Because here's the thing, I can't play with the crazy anymore. And the reason I do that, the reason I take that action is because, look, we don't have that much time left. How much time is really left? If you don't know the word, or if your heart is that hardened, go somewhere else. Because how much time is really left? I have to be responsible for anything that I say. I have to account for it, especially on this platform. Yeah, I'll let some folks kind of run out the mouth in the typing per se. But at the end of the day, we really don't have that much time. We really don't. And I know one thing, on this channel, on my platform, on my channel, Covenant Awakenings, no, if I don't address it, then guess what? I'll be judged. I'm coming into this early. Psalms 50 and 23. Whoso offereth praise glorifieth me. And to him that ordereth his conversation aright will I show the salvation of Yahuwah. We don't have time for craziness. These conversations, they have to be all right. Yeah, I like to joke. I like to laugh, but guess what? I'm bringing out these scriptures. I'm bringing out the Most High's word. I was up this morning really early. I was up at about 3:30 this morning. I was getting some things taken care of last night. And I went to bed at about 9:30. I hit that pillow. When it drops here below where I'm at, if it drops below 55 degrees, that's like hibernation weather. It was about 51, got some things done and took a shower, had to wait for that thing to warm up a bit. Got in that bed and I was done. And I woke up at 3:30 and I was like, "Oh man, I'm trying to sleep, I'm trying to go to bed, but I wasn't nervous." But the Most High had me looking at the scripture, and I said, "Thank you, Father." I'm gonna go into here. Let's go down into Psalms 105. That was already the scripture on tap for today. Psalms 105. Oh, give thanks unto Yahuwah, call upon his name, make known his deeds among the people, sing unto him, sing songs unto him. Talk ye talk ye of all his wondrous works. Is he not doing wondrous works right now? You have to understand the wondrous works are happening right now. We just didn't understand it. People don't even realize that 4 years ago, they were like, oh, nothing's going on. Everything's fine. We're at the height of our life. And we were here saying, you're all about to go through judgment. You're about to get judged. We know who we are. We're waking up and we're declaring what's getting ready to happen. When we said that they would be going to war, we'll never go to war. We got this, we got that. Look at what's happening now. Talk ye of all his wondrous works. Guess what? That's what the word says, and that's what I'm doing. Because the Most High is moving all throughout the world. Let the excuse me, let me go back to here. Psalms 105 and 3. Glory ye in his holy name. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek Yahuwah. I'm rejoicing in the Most High. Because when you know who he is, guess what? He shows you all truths and you can see what's happening. And it's not to scare anybody, it's to prepare. Preparation is the key. And that's what the Most High has been doing, preparing us for this moment. Seek Yahuwah and his strength, seek his face forevermore. Remember his marvelous works that he had done, his wonders and the judgments of his mouth. He spoke his word, family. Now, guess what? Now his word is going forth, setting out to do all that it is designed to do. All you can do is just get on the roller coaster, strap up, and ride this thing on out. And look at their faces as this thing drops off the cliff. Psalms 105 and 6. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen. He is Yahuwah, our Elohim. His judgments are in all the earth. Is not all the earth being judged? It absolutely is. Everyone, everywhere, everything. Why is it so hard? Why is this? Why is this that? Are we ever going to go back to normal? Well, we're going back to normal. It's just the normal that the Most High had already provided. We just been living in the abnormal. We've been experiencing an abnormal environment for these 1,000+ years, 2,000+. And it got into the twilight zone and outer limits these last 400 years, where it was weeping and gnashing of the teeth for our people. And now those judgments are being turned around. And we're coming out of our stupor, our slumber. Psalms 105:8. He hath remembered his covenant forever, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, which covenant he made with Abraham, and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant, saying unto thee, I will give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance. When they were but a few men in number, yea, very few, and strangers in it. When they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another people, he suffered no man to do them wrong. Yea, he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm. Ooh, hallelujah. Moreover, he called for a famine upon the land. Do we not see this happen? Do you not see that the French had to ship grain over to the United States? Come on now, family. He brake the whole staff of bread. He sent a man before them, even Joseph, who was sold for a servant, whose feet they hurt with fetters. He was laid in iron. Unto the time that his word came, the word of Yahuwah tried him. The king sent and loosed him, even the ruler of the people, and let him go free. And he made him lord of his house and ruler of all his substance, to bind his princes at his pleasure and teach his senators wisdom. Israel also came into Egypt, and Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham. And he increased his people greatly and made them stronger than their enemies. He turned their people to hate, or he turned their hate, excuse me. Hallelujah. Psalms 105:25. He turned their heart to hate his people, to deal subtly with his servants. He sent Moses his servant, Aaron whom he had chosen. They showed his signs among them and wonders in the land of Ham. He sent darkness and made it dark. They rebelled not against his word. He turned their waters into blood and slew their fish. Their land brought forth frogs in abundance in the chambers of their kings. He spake, and there came diverse sorts of flies and lice in all their coast. I have a story about that one. Hallelujah. Psalms 105:32. He gave them hail for rain and flaming fire in their land. He smote their vines also and their fig trees, and he brake the trees of their coast. He spake, and the locust came, and caterpillars, and that without number. He did eat up all the herb in their land, and devoured the fruit of their ground. He smote also all the firstborn in their land, the chief of all their strength. He brought them forth also with silver and gold. And there was not one feeble person among the tribes. Egypt was glad when they departed, for the fear of them fell upon them. He spread a cloud for a covering and fire to give light in the night. The people asked, and he brought quails and satisfied them with the bread of heaven. He opened the rock, and the waters gushed out. They ran in the dry places like a river. For he remembered his holy promise and Abraham, his servant. And he brought forth his people with joy, and is chosen with gladness, and gave them the lands of the heathen, and they inherited the labor of the people, that they might observe his statutes and keep his laws. Praise ye Yahuwah. That's Psalms 105. I had to get into that word this morning because one thing I want to say is that the Most High is still at work. His word is still going forth. It's still going forth stronger than ever. Don't let the slow news cycle fool you. They know that it is about to get really, really bad. And I want to bring this article to you all's attention. This is from Politico. I also have the chat on up. If anybody wants to come up, we can talk. Please feel free. That is pinned to the chat. Let me go ahead and present this screen. We're taking it out of hide. Pentagon says it has no money for Middle East buildup. This is on the 11/28 yesterday, 28th. The Defense Department has ordered an additional aircraft carrier strike group, air defenses, fighter jets, and hundreds of troops to the Middle East since the surprise terrorist attacks on Israel October 7th in an effort to prevent the conflict from spiraling into a regional war. Actually, that's not an effort to prevent. I mean, yeah, they're going to try to say that. And you can read the rest of the article. That is an effort of provocation. Those provocations, guess what? They tend to lean towards war. And you have to understand, supposedly they have no money. Supposedly. My question is, where does that money go? They get around almost like 1 to 2 trillion a year. That's the budget, almost around 1 to 2 trillion per year. They just do all the other supplemental measures. For the overly inflated defense contracts. for other measures of things going on. That doesn't even include their black budget, the budget that you don't know about, the budget that you can't see because it goes towards sensitive work, they like to say. Just saying. So when you see these things and how they are setting this on up, understand there's not much time left. They're not just going to be there as a show of force and then let's leave. For what? To waste hundreds of millions of dollars to say, here we are. No, I think it's a much more devious nature. And I explained that on this channel over 6 weeks ago when this thing broke on out. Shout out to Sister Fatea when she was on here. I do feel sorry for these folks right now because this is my personal opinion alone. I believe that these ships that's now sailing into the Strait of Hormuz, it's now in the Arabian Gulf. I do see it as that blood sacrifice per se to get folks emotionally involved in this next war. That they know that they have to go all in. I have on my little thing, go big or go home. That's for donations. This go big or go home for them, they're in blood. I'll get you on, Sister Chantel, if you're able to connect. They're going for blood. And they're building up this roller coaster so then once this thing drops, I don't see many people being left alive out of this precipitous drop. A couple years ago, I shared the Deagle report. After Yakoba, Taya and Yakoba had shown it, and I looked into it, and the numbers had really kept changing. But one thing that really still remained the same was that the United States went from 330 million to just over 90 million in its population size. For most of the West, in that Deagle report, it's since been revised. It said by 2025, most of the Western nations had experienced drops of more than 2/3. of more than 2/3. Now we're about to enter 2024. So you're telling me that by 2025, that this year is going to get that dangerous? And honestly, yes, I believe it. Shout out to brother Mike. I was just texting him earlier. Let's see if he's going to get online here. As he was saying, bright and early 2024. I told him, I said, yeah, maybe 20. I said, yeah, 2024, we're going to start. I said, we'll probably, the large bulk will start to depart and be gone. And I said around 2026. Sister Chantel.
Shalom. Oh my gosh, I tried to get on here. I'm telling you, there is a disturbance in the force.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube violently kicked me off. I was like, what? So be prepared for my mic to go out again. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, the funny thing is that I got YouTube debt collectors. No kidding.
What?
Because yeah, YouTube debt collectors. So they're like
Is
they're
that a
like
thing?
yeah, it's a thing. It said, I had used content that was copyrighted, and they
Oh,
said it's okay now because it's not you don't monetize your channel.
they can't. Well,
They,
they
they
can't
can't
make any money from
they
it.
can't make no money. Do you see why I said, family? If you want to support this channel, that's why I don't have anything coming here
My
via
goodness, they're
the
really trying it.
via the little dollar sign sticker or whatever. No. The only thing that they have against us is that they can only just tax us into oblivion to shut you down.
Oh,
Oh, I'm just
look,
going to
look,
do
stop
this. I'm
giving
going
them
to do that.
ideas.
Yeah.
Don't give them ideas, any more ideas than they need.
Well, they already have that. They already know. But do you understand? They ran out of ideas. I got a workaround for that. It's all right.
We'll get you yet, Karis. Mark my words, we'll get you. You can see them
Cobra,
sitting in
la
their
la
little
la la
cave.
la. La. Yeah, that's it. That Cobra, la la la. Yeah, that they sound like 80s cartoon action figures. We're
Mark
gonna
my
get
words. I'll have your guts for garters.
you.
The
we
Legion
just
of Doom.
we just need to have a British sounding henchman. We're
Yes.
about to get you.
Woo-ha-ha. Oh, I'd make a wonderful villain, I think.
Yeah, well, they were trying that. I think what was it? They had the black female henchman or bad guy with like what was it, ghost uh
Really?
hour? Yeah,
And nobody thought of calling little old me. Oh, I'm offended.
yeah. They're trying with that one. I was like, okay, I see where it's going. All
Yeah.
right.
They they're
Uh,
they're they're quite determined to make us the villain in everything because they have to constantly try to make themselves to be saintly, and it's like, shall we just pick up a book?
mm-hmm.
You know, like your whole history shows that you are the devil's.
Well,
Sorry.
here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. If you notice that now they're trying to go after all of their puppets. Look. They were trying to have fun, cash that check, and then they realized that now they're getting called to account.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're getting called to account, and now it's not so fun anymore. Now
No.
Diddy had to step down as chairman of Revolt, and the other allegations
Mm,
going on against him, and it's like you already knew. Look, you got to cash in your sacrifices.
exactly.
So now they're gonna try to say, hey, look, they're coming for his life. Right? It was good. It was all good when you had sold your soul and you were enjoying that little bit of mammon. And now they want your soul to account. And guess what? They want it in blood. They need to
Mm,
make a sacrifice of us, one of us. So
yeah.
all of those folks that are in the industry, if you wanted to be in entertainment, if you wanted to be a rap star, a ball player, a movie star, yeah, this is the oath that you have made.
Mm-hmm.
Now you know.
Well, well, well. That's all I can say. There's just no point to it, especially for those who are starting out. Like, just quit. At this point, I don't understand how people cannot see that the system is over. And here's the thing: Hollywood is not going to be Hollywood. Hollywood is now going to be China Woods. If you could, I don't even know how to swing that, because every name that comes into my head just sounds very problematic. So I'm not trying to get hunted down and assassinated, but the point is that there's not going to be no Hollywood
It's
in
not.
the manner it's
I got a
used
good
in.
one. I got a good one for you, Sister Chantel.
Go on, you
Is
do it.
bamboo wood.
Oh, see, mm. Mr. G is not a forgiving man, so that's why I'm like, I ain't
You
even
didn't
going
want
there.
to. You didn't want to go on out there.
No, I do not.
I don't
Be
think that
careful of
was
that
like.
death ray.
I don't think that was that bad. Bamboo wood. I don't think that was that bad.
Excuse me. Look, he took offense to the Chinese saying how he looked like Winnie the Pooh, to the point where he banned Winnie the Pooh from China.
He does look like a
So
Chinese Winnie the Pooh. I'm not gonna lie. That's what I.
I I
Christopher
didn't say it.
Robin.
I
Christopher
didn't say.
Robin. I wonder. I wonder though. I wonder if he had like that. How that voiceover would have sounded when he went to that official. Like, you official. How about lips moving? You are about to die. Get your head on the block.
Rojo, it looks like Karis is taking your spot. Because if Karis don't leave, no, be right back. And if
And
it
if
just
I,
goes silent.
when Rojo's on there and I have to put that in a private chat, I'm like, Father, help me to not get my channel shut down by Rojo. Hey, Karis, I got something. Did you hear? And it's like, oh my
Uh-oh.
goodness, here we
Oh.
go.
Yeah, but today you seem to be the one. Like Rojo's not even here. Rojo's innocent today. You're the one.
Well, listen. Did you know that the phallic had the phallus symbol, one of
Mm,
our biggest phallus symbols that's on the that's in the a place that is on sale at Zillow for $38 billion that toppled over.
say what?
It was a symbolic phallus symbol that had toppled over by strong winds. And
Oh, that thing. Oh, right. Yes.
yeah,
I was like, what are we
that's
talking
usually
about here?
the Jeremiah 10:7.
Yeah. I just instantly went into that stupid thing outside, where the reflecting pool is. I just thought about that. I thought, what happened? That was what I thought of when you said that. I was like, well, I didn't see that on the news anywhere, because if that was to topple over, that would
Oh,
be
that
a
would be
big
big.
thing.
Yeah, that would be big. No, the other one for the seasonal phallic symbol.
Oh, okay, the green one, the
The
one that's
green one.
environmentally friendly.
Yes. The one that they recycle now for obviously White House paper, since they can't afford wars here anymore.
Or just for heating, since central heating is probably going to be astronomical very soon.
Yeah, exactly. Look, it's cold where I'm at. I'm layered on up, and it's like 44 degrees out. I said, I refuse to turn on the heat. That's what I said.
Well, listen, it's what? It's how what? Because Florida tends to be a bit warm. But then I
It's
suppose your cool would be, you know, somebody else is warm.
it's still 40 something degrees out. It's less than 45 degrees. That's all I know.
Okay.
So
Mm,
that's still cold. And then you stretch the imagination.
mm.
But it is gonna warm back up to like 82 degrees on Friday and Saturday. So I said, yes, I get to have a break on my electricity. So
Yeah.
thank you, Father. Hallelujah.
Yeah, I mean, your temperature is pretty much the same as ours. Ours is that's for those of us in the UK, that is 7 degrees Celsius. Your 45 degrees Fahrenheit is our 7 degrees Celsius. So ours
Mm.
is oh gosh, I can't even do the math in my head. I just can't even be
It's
bothered to type.
9 fits plus 3. Uh
Computer. we where's the computer voice when you need it
I
from
need I,
Enterprise?
I need that Microsoft Copilot AI right now. Let's Karis, you called me, Karis. Copilot. Build
Ah,
me. Oh my goodness. Brother
Johnny Five
Rojo.
alive. Oh,
Brother
Roger.
Rojo.
Hello.
He showed on up.
Yeah, and like he
Hey,
could not afford you to
hey,
keep
listen. I don't
putting
always,
leveling accusations at him without him
I,
stepping forth. Come, step.
I don't always.
Say your piece, Roger. I know you're
No,
dying
I was
to.
gonna say I don't always, but when I do,
Roger,
can you hear me?
he's
Yeah, I
the
hear
thing
you.
is moving.
Yeah, he goes.
So it's not just me. Can you hear him, or is it?
That's what Rojo's saying. He creeps in the shadows with that hockey mask. I'm here for y'all Gentiles. They can't kill him. They
And,
can't kill
hey,
him. All they can do is send him back to the land of his ancestors.
Rojo. No, it'll be like Gentiles. Rojo's coming out to play. Yay!
hey, Chantel, with the 3 bottles, the
Is
Gentiles
he
come
talking?
out to
Um,
play.
okay, so is it
Oh,
just
really?
me?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sister Chantel.
No,
Gentiles
I can't hear
come out
Rojo at
to
all. I can see
play.
his little thing is moving, but I
Hold
can't
on.
hear anything that he's saying.
Okay,
Man,
hold on,
This is
Chantel. For
exactly
you,
what happened with
I can
Yakoba
hear
the
you.
other day.
I can hear both of you all. Man, like they done got them Russians got Europe on lock now. I bet you,
They do.
brother Asap, can't even look. Y'all just gonna have to put in a request to the Kremlin whenever you can come on down the pier. Huh? That's how it's gonna be.
Please, sir,
To the
can I
hey,
have
Chris.
Command
some
General
more?
Staff, Comrade is requesting time to have access of port to United States.
Hey, I'm
Agent
gonna drop. I'm gonna drop out,
45.
and I'm gonna come
Need
right back in.
permission to
See,
come on
see if
board.
Chantel can hear me.
I think it's heard. Yeah, no, we can. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, we
okay.
can hear
I'm
you,
gonna drop
Rojo.
off and then I'm gonna drop off and then try and come back on again, and maybe I
Man,
might be able. Oh,
she
wait,
yesterday
Roger.
she had mic issues. Now she has listening issues. Oh my goodness, what are they doing there? Look, I'm telling you, they're shutting things down in the UK.
They are.
Oh, I can hear now. I can hear Rojo. Rojo, I can hear you now. Oh, they cannot keep me from you.
She had to get out the listen. She had to get out the olive oil, take a dab of that microphone.
You have no idea. Oh my goodness. I literally had to bring out some holy water. Like, just the demons be gone.
Oh man,
Well, hey, hey, man. If speaking of another British um anointed person out there, uh, well, she's definitely blessed. Um, y'all might want to listen to your sister out there, Chantel, Carrie Ann. He's been kind of batting at 800 this
Oh,
past
Sister Carrie Ann. Yeah,
huh?
she's been saying some things. She's been saying some things. And I've
She
been like, mm-hmm, okay.
watch
She
her
did
mouth.
talk about the darkness a while ago, years ago. And
I think we're already just in it's spiritual darkness, and they're in spiritual darkness. I think, to me, I'm just saying. To me, I think we're in those 3 days of spiritual darkness. That's me. If they can't see that they're going down to their own demise right now, and they're going down to their own demise on a government credit card,
mm,
I'll put this on my government Capital One, please. We ain't gonna pay it back. Shh. No, I'm black.
never,
No, just send it
never.
to collections. Just send it straight to collections. I'll get to it.
I'll
Oh,
pay it back on the Tuesday side of never.
Oh, oh
Kim,
man.
speaking of your site, I'll probably have to because sometimes I could be on the yellow bus and in the back of that short yellow bus at times. Can you send me a tutorial on how to donate through there? I had to go straight to your Cash App again for Quest to Unite Africa. It's something I don't know if it's a Rojo thing or what, but it seems like I'm getting that a lot of times. I
Damn,
have
Rojo. Let me talk to Garth because I think you're gonna be giving Garth a lot of work. Let me
Garth,
talk to
that's
Garth.
you, darling. Long
Shalom,
time
brother
no
Garth.
see. It's
Shalom,
been an
brother Garth.
age.
Shalom, shalom, family. What's up?
Oh, because Garth, I said, I'm gonna give you a lot of work just to kind of keep you occupied, because when it gets cold on up there, you gotta start walking around, you gotta start moving,
No,
you know.
trust me, man. I couldn't stand it. It was like 28 degrees yesterday. Oh my gosh, I
That's too
can't.
cold.
It's too cold, man. I'm gonna turn into a fudgesicle.
Yeah, that's too cold. Mm, yeah. No, so did you see the I think I may have this. Did you see the link? I know Yakoba posted it with the Steve Rom, and he was talking about, you know, um that it's time for folks to get out of New York. Did you see that link? I'm trying to find it. If you're talking, Garth, you're on mute.
Oh no, I wasn't talking. I heard of it. I think I saw it, but man, I tell you, I've ever since I was working in New York, 2016 was like the last year I worked in New York, and I mean, I was somewhat awoken back then, but I just, now I don't even want to be in that place. It's like Gotham City, man. It's disgusting. People, it smells like piss everywhere. It's unkept. People are, you know, destitute. The last time I was up in I guess now they call that Upper East Side, or you would call it just Manhattan. Um, that's what I remember it being like. But prior to the pandemic, or the pandemic, it was, still hustling and bustling. But yeah, I mean, New York City's done. There's no real reason to be there. It's pretty dangerous. I don't advise people to stay there, or because I mean, for me, I always thought that it would be terrible to be in New York City if everything went down because of the constant terror attacks and all this other stuff, and just your everyday life. If you've been in New York long enough, you just see enough craziness to just feel unsafe. Well, to an extent, but I just like the stuff I saw on the subway day to day. It's just like I'm enough of this. It's just like a circus.
Warriors come out and play. What you weren't trying to go to Coney Island or
Coney Island. Yeah.
Garth was on the subway talking about I'm an Israelite. Can you dig it?
Try to go proselytize to the brothers in Coney Island.
Wow. got some Gentile pointing at him. God did it. God did it. God did it.
Oh boy.
How did you mess up?
Go down there and be like, brothers, the Nathan hot dogs are not clean. That's the only time you get me going down to Coney Island. The hot dog eating contest is unclean.
Hey, I used to love Nathan's hot dogs. I don't mess with them no more. But at once upon a time, you couldn't tell me nothing bad about Nathan's.
Yeah, I used to eat Nathan's hot dogs all the time. Well, they were beef, right? I thought they were beef.
It's 100% beef. But now
I don't eat glizzies no more. We call them glizzies. I know it's ignorant in New York and Jersey. Call them glizzies. I don't know why.
Oh my goodness.
They be having some sayings up there on the East Coast, glizzy. Hey, speaking of y'all's East Coast people, Garth and everything, what's up with your boy Fat Joe? I mean, I know it's non-related spiritually, but it does have to do with our genocide and our extinction, trying to erase us off. What's wrong with him going around talking about that we ain't do nothing, we ain't got no culture, we bit off of them? Everything this planet does, they copied off of us around the world.
What Fat Joe is speaking, like the last time he spoke, he said some stupid stuff to say. So he's saying the same thing again.
Yeah, pretty much that black people that create hip hop, we got breakdancing pretty much off him by doing the lock dance. And if you look at the lock
man is so big, he don't even look like he can move his big toe. Tell him to move and shut up.
Come on, give him some credit. He lost some weight.
Well, I always say this: the only reason that Fat Joe even got to where he got was because of Big Pun.
I was literally about to say Pun was the lyrical miracle dude who was like who everyone was goading, and already, I mean, I hate to use that word, everyone who's saying, oh, he's the best Latino rapper ever, blah blah blah. But yeah, it was Big Pun.
It was Big Pun. It was Big Pun. And at least Big Pun actually respected, the fact that it did come from black folks. And yeah, here's the funny thing. That came from black folks even way before we got here to the United States.
Yes, when you know the history.
When you know the history. Exactly.
Spain,
so get out of here.
Portugal.
We've been doing that since Europe. Where were you at when we were doing that in Europe?
Shout out to, but
drums and the spoken word.
Oh, wait a second. I forgot. They were Hamitic Israelites that have no type of DNA construct with us. And
hey, listen, we've seen Apocalypse. We've seen Apocalypse. That's them. That was them. That was them. You lot were shredding up each other's stomachs and giving your entrails to your god. So please, just
Rojo, that was appropriate, because that's what happens when you just have all the folly and foolishness of the 12 tribes chart. That's what happens. That's their fault. That's their fault.
And you know what?
What happened?
I didn't think about. Hey, Chantel, can you hear me, Chantel?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Here's what Karis is going with that. Okay, the 12 tribes chart, right? It has damn near everybody in there, and it says that Issachar, Zebulon,
Yeah,
Um,
I know all of that, but they're not that, and we know that. Just the
but
see these camps, man. They just need to stop with that foolishness.
I think Karras is saying that they're going to try to use that to segue into our territory directly, and they're going to start pulling up those, and you can just see them with the partial chart with Issachar at the top above Judah, and Zebulon right below Issachar, talking all
Look,
this.
look.
Yeah,
The,
what tribe is
we know
Venezuela?
what
Because
we know where
couldn't
they
we be?
come from.
Sorry, go ahead.
Not just gonna say we know where they come from. We've seen Apocalypto. What these
Hmm.
people were doing, you lot were cutting each other's bellies open and pulling out your entrails and offering it to your gods. Don't even try and jump on our bandwagon. You lot are what you lot are. All right? Let's just get it.
Mm.
Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it all the way real.
I tell, I would use that because then they'd even try to say that, and I know what you're saying, but they'd even try to use that because you remember when the Edomites were chasing our Israelite brother, and he tried to take himself out, but he kept on missing. So what he finally wound up having to do was disembowel himself and throw his entrails at the Edomites. Um, who was that who did that, bro? Bro, Karras?
Are you talking about what Saul when he fell on the sword so he wouldn't get captured?
Yeah, he kept on trying to kill himself, but he just kept on missing. So he finally just had to throw his entrails on the Edomites.
Mm.
I'll find that one.
Yeah, I can't comment on that one. All I could think of was Saul that he didn't want to be captured.
No, but I like what Chantel said about the entrails thing. I just wouldn't want someone like Fat Joe or some devil to pick that up and even try to use that because that's our story right there. But I see where you're coming from, Chantel, because you're right. Apocalypto, that's what they did when those Hamitic um, Indian tribes brought them across a land bridge up there from Far East Asia into what's now Alaska and on through Canada. So you
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. I don't know if any like entrails with that part. That's why I said it's like, look, you got to read the word. I do. I read King James version. You know, I usually stick with the King James version. You can do KJV, ESV, NIV, whatever. You know, and there are a lot of things. It's like I don't know where this stuff comes from, and I have to just say that I don't know where a lot of this stuff comes from. I don't know if it comes from some sort of like mysticisms from their books or things of that nature. Because you got to remember, a lot of the things, if you hear it from them, it's embellished to make us look ridiculous, just like how it always is. So with that, I mean, I have to really comment on that yeah, I've never heard entrails being thrown. I never heard that.
Well, in the film,
You cut out Sister Chantel.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can now.
The entrails being thrown in the film.
Yeah, that's the film. Exactly. So what are they trying to
Yeah.
do right now? Because they know that they're embellishing that, you know, yeah, that was a black man. They know who we are, and remember, that's how they get their little, Snickers for the most part. But no, he never threw his entrails. It was no, he was trying to fall on his sword, because yeah, his armor bearer wasn't able to do that. Yeah, when you get that Hollywoodized types of stuff, you know, think about what they do with even our stories. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
okay.
I haven't even seen the Emmett Till movie, honestly, because I know whenever they do something about us, it's always disrespectful. They always throw in a line or a measure of disrespect with us. Look at Glory.
Yeah.
Really look at all the movies that we used to pride ourselves in, and hey, yeah, yeah, and then you see that there are a few scenes. It's like that's not right. That doesn't make sense. those little idiosyncrasies that they have on out there, they do because why? They do that to continue to victualize us. We are their victuals. We are their playthings. We are their, um, uh, punchlines. And so if you're going through repeating the punchline, ha ha ha, they threw poop on himself and threw this and do that.
Mm. No, I was talking about the scene in the film where they're sacrificing a warrior, and they are trying to. There's basically saying that, oh, in order that this warrior has to, his sacrifice will renew the world or whatever. That's kind of like a Aztec kind of thinking. That's part of their belief system. Now,
Hmm.
I'm just saying, for most of these people, and a lot of people who are claiming that they are our people, I'm saying that's their religion. That's not our religion. And unless their their DNA links back to us, because I know that there are some among them who have DNA who basically where, I don't know, maybe a parent or grandparent, you got Afro Latinos, Afro Hispanics, you do
Hmm.
have some of our people. So we're not saying that, but we're not discounting those. But we're talking about the ones where their DNA literally it tracks right back to Asia,
Yes.
because
Europe
those
and
aren't our people.
Asians. Yeah, Europeans and Asians. Exactly.
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 So it's like that's not our people. The things that they were doing, those are Hamitic and Japhetic practices. Those were
Yeah.
never our practices. So unless if you're gonna, like, what, you lot stick to what you do and we stick to what we do. Like I mean, even like when I'm out shopping, walking on the street and everything. I don't know if you guys have the same thing. We got like some of these these Hindu women who have their little pamphlets or whatever, and try thrusting their little pamphlets into any passerby's hand to say, oh, worship this God if you want to this, that. I didn't even touch it. I said to this woman, listen, I know you know who we are in this day and age, and I know you know who we've always been.
Hmm.
We have woken up. I said to her, don't be throwing none of these things into my people's fists. I know that you're out here trying to give me stuff to entrap me and to get us
Yes.
back into our cursed state. Those
Oh
days are
snap!
over.
A modern Balaam try to Balaam you, like
Yes,
Yep.
they do it all the
Exactly.
time. They do it all
Because
the
when you
time, and I have
accept
to call them
something,
out.
when you touch something, you're accepting a spiritual contract. Don't think that those things aren't spiritual. I saw something the other day. I was at my son's I was at my son's tryout. I already knew he was gonna make the team, but I just wanted to go on up there see how things were getting put together, if they were gonna have a pretty decent squad. Let me get rid of this person in the chat. You're gone. I must be doing something right, when the folks come through.
Sorry, can I say something? Did
I
I
think
say a religion?
you did.
Oh, sorry. I meant to. Sorry, my bad. I know, Sean, I know we don't have a religion. I know the Most High never gave us a religion. I agree with you. It was a slip. I didn't mean that. I meant they have their religion.
I,
We
it,
have our law, statutes, and commandments. My apologies.
so yeah. So
So I do want to rectify that.
it's funny they come on in here, but they don't go on Tail Ministries. They'll try in here, and I give them a little bit of leeway. They'll try in here. They don't try to Tail Ministries. No, they don't try it.
because they're outnumbered. There's too many of us in there.
Yeah, they'll come on here in the morning. Let me see who I can rile up in the morning. Nah, like I told you, I started that this morning. No, We're
Well, what
not
time
doing that
does
game.
Yakoba come on? What time does Yakoba come on? These people have had their coffees. You
He's
need
an
to remember that.
afternoon. It's the
Exactly.
morning. It's the morning here, Sister Chantal. I know that you have a 5 hour difference. It's
Yeah.
around tea time. I know
Yeah.
you're
So
getting
that,
your scone on, you know.
but what I'm saying is that they're refreshed. They're fresh. That you're the morning. They've had their coffee, so
Hey,
they come on, and it's like they're raring to go, isn't it?
Hmm.
hey, brother Karras, if I were you, I would feel complimented about that. Okay, you live in Florida. Just think about the Florida rappers. They would go to someone like Suave Smooth to hang out, but not go around let's say, a Flow Rider or a Rick Ross to hang out with them because they're just so much more than them, where they feel they won't go around Yakoba because they know that Yakoba will slice and dice them, and they'll
Nah,
come.
bro, Rojo, you're gonna compare Carrots to Suave Smooth the Flow Rider?
Oh my goodness.
Hey, okay, I know that. Okay, brother Garth, I expect you to know who Flow Rider is. I'm shocked that you know who.
Honestly, it's funny because I randomly know who Suave Smooth is because we heard like one song in high school and we just used to play it a lot ignorantly. So I randomly do know who Suave Smooth is.
Oh man.
But see, it did curious. These are your admirers. They wake up with you on their brain. They wake up and when they open their eyes before they kiss their wives and their kids or husbands,
And
they're
it's like
coming. They're
time to
thinking of
be
you.
hating. Time to hate. Listen, they ate their Apple Jacks flavored haterade, you know, cereal.
It's like Peter Parker. My hater sense is tingling. Characters my lives.
Yeah. I
Hey,
love the hate. I love it.
hey, Chantel, they made Sharon that they made Karis their Elohim. I mean, and Karis, I know you're not trying to take up that mantle. You didn't ask for that,
No.
but you are their Elohim because they got to come in here and see you every morning just to hate. They got.
It's like the player haters ball.
Oh man,
I hate your
I
guts.
must
I hate your doctrine. I hate that the Most High has your favor. I hate you. I hate it. I hate it.
listen. We know you touched the nerve when we're talking about, the 12 tribes chart, that always touches the nerve.
You're right.
Oh, and
And
then
you,
when
and
you
you
give
need
them,
to ask yourself
everything
why.
scientifically, right? Anthropologically, you don't even have the same skull.
Their skull is flat at the back. I noticed that.
Now
The skull
Come
shape
on
is
now.
completely different.
That's weird. You notice that?
I'm
What?
telling
I'm
you,
just
I'm telling
observations.
y'all,
It's like, look at it.
I'm telling y'all right now, and
I'll observe later.
it, y'all
Now
can
you're gonna
y'all
have
can.
me. Now you're gonna be having me go outside, Chantel, be like, "Man, let me see
Look
that
at
your
it.
head.
Let
Let
me
me
look
see
at
your
your head. Let me look at the back of your head.
Wait.
They don't have that. They don't have that
let
little
me.
hook at the back. They don't. It's flat.
We
It's
do
flat.
have hook heads.
Yo,
That's
I
what
Yes.
feel the hook in
BBS.
my back right now, in the back of my
Yeah,
head too. I feel
everybody's
it.
now a hook head. We used to make fun of the little kids, like we just call them peanut heads. Cause why? It's the little hook. Especially when the kids were real skinny. Man, I feel sorry for those kids. That they were real skinny. It's like, man. But we didn't know at that time. It's like, man, I know you're skinny because you're malnourished, but I didn't know.
Yeah,
I'm
just
sorry.
used to make fun of my younger cousins when they didn't grow into their head. Their head was just big and their body was like small.
And
Yeah.
the
We used
eyes
to,
be
we
big
used
as
to,
well.
we used, we used to say, listen, don't stop too suddenly, because when you jolt back and that head gets to rushing, that gravity is gonna make that hook go boop boop. We used to say, man, let me get that head real quick. I gotta hammer this nail.
Hey, you know what? Do you know
Oh
what some of us?
man.
You know what some of us call the Latinos, right? And this ain't gonna get you shut down. I
It's
promise.
gonna get me shut down. Oh my goodness. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
but
that makes it better.
but
Oh
we
yeah,
call
it ain't gonna get you shut down. That means it's gonna get shut down.
them.
All right,
No,
Rojo.
I
Hey,
want
you
to
have a
hear
good
it.
day, Rojo. You have
we
now.
I want to know. What are you gonna say, Rojo? What are you gonna
we
say? Say it.
they're called they're called the Western Arabs. West Side.
Well,
Same genealogy, same blood pool, same everything, except they speak the language of the Spanish Rey King, not the language of the sheep. That's all I'm gonna
Well,
say.
and I'm going to say Rojo is technically right about this. Rojo is technically right because I forgot what they would call it. During Islam, give you all a little brief intro. Islam. So Islam did originate over in Saudi Arabia. That is true.
mhm.
It did head on over into Egypt from Olamid, I think was what they call it, the little periods, Olamids. But when it got to about the 7th or 8th century, um, Islam was heavy into Spain, Portugal, and southern France.
You know, Selma Hayek is she's half was it half um Arab, I think, or one Middle Eastern.
Hmm
I hate that term, but I'm using it because it's a blanket term, and I don't know specifically where you know on one side of her family is from there, and I think she's what Mexican as well.
Yeah, like she's like Mexican and like some
Middle Eastern.
yeah, Middle Eastern thing. Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
But that was a lot of the Arab influence. That Arab influence went up into Spain. This is why they treat the Spaniards differently. Especially, and you can see it. You can see it in them. You know, kind of Madrid is that cutoff point, and then when you kind of go to the Basque area, you know, that's where you'll have your lighter, brighter folks, but your darker folks, you know, Madrid and South. That is a lot of your big major um, Arab influences that was there. So you know you had the Moors, you know, and how you would have the Saracens and things of that nature. So to and that's going to be a good study. I would say I would leave that to Yakoba. Yakoba loves to go into the history. He'll get that on out there. I know Dante probably has some good content on Black history in the Bible. But yeah, so understand that yes, Rojo is actually, I would say, statistically correct.
Well, I mean, there's empirical data, and
Uh,
then
hey, Gar, Karis kind of knows like all the way around, but he does have to look after his child. So I don't. Karis got a baby. He has to tend
I don't know what
to.
you're talking about, brother Ojo. I think you may be onto something. I can't substantiate your claim or unsubstantiate
Wait,
it.
well, actually, let me also tell you this. And I remember this in high school. 30% of Spanish words are actually Arabic in nature.
Yes,
Hmm.
they are.
Yeah.
Yes, you're exactly
Yeah, I
right.
learned that
I
from
think
his what's his face's study from back in the day. He showed that.
Yeah. Algodon is cotton. Azucar is sugar. Alhambra is castle. Um, there's some other things like al to the, yeah, there qual, yeah,
I
yeah.
think
There's amalgamations of Arab in their words, of Arabic.
and actually it's among all of the um pig nation. Okay, when I say pig, I'm just abbreviating Portugal, Italy, Greece, and Spain. So I
Yeah.
mean,
They call them pigs too.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I knew you were making a
well,
mnemonic device for the
Well, that's what
well,
that's what they call it. That's what the Brits
that's all.
call it.
That's
That's what the
the first
French
thing that came
call.
to mind.
Yeah, pigs.
Pigs.
um,
Portugal,
Portugal, Italy, Greece.
Italy, Greece, and
In
Spain.
Spain,
Pigs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm
Share.
Um,
Chantel, I think I'm rubbing off on you, sister.
you know, we're like the power twins. Activate.
Yeah, this is
Wonder
a
Twin
bad
Power.
combination. All right, somebody has to draw straws, digital straws, and get off because I can't get shut down. I'm too close. I'm too close. No, I'm just.
You're too close, man. You're too close.
I was watching Sister E.
I want to be able to. I want to be able to get to the end on this channel. You know, to where it's like the FCC has like shut you down, and like, you know, my channel, Jacoba's channel, you know, Maria, all of our channels. We made it to the finish line, and then it's like, like, you know, you ever see that movie The Cell? You know what I'm saying? You made it to
Oh
the
gosh,
finish
I
line,
hate
and you
that
get
film. I was watching Sister E, and
you
she
start
said,
walking in that circle.
even Sister E said, we got to be careful. Like but you guys need to be careful with your channels because, you know, she isn't wrong. She's absolutely right. We do need to make sure that you guys, your channels are like gold because you guys are like you're on the front line. So it's kind of like where, you know, information is being disseminated across all of us, and then we tell our families and friends and so on and so forth. So it's like we do need to make sure that we treat you guys channels like gold because you guys are necessary. If you weren't necessary, then the Most High would have been shut down long ago. The Most High has a need for you guys to be up and running. So yeah, you know, for my part, I do apologize for, you know, causing harm and, you know, grievous harm to your channels at times.
Yeah.
So I'm part of the underground Chitlin Circuit digital underground railroad.
Chitlin
Why you gotta
Circuit.
put chitlins in it, man?
Chitlin Circuit.
Chitlin
See,
Why
Circuit.
you gotta put chitlins in
Yo,
it?
I'm
see,
sorry. Yo, I'm sorry. This was
Karis,
my
you
my,
are.
my ancestor. My ancestor so ignorant. Yes, the other day. Oh my goodness.
Hey,
Oh
hey,
my goodness.
Sister
Oh
Chantel,
man.
the Chitlin Circuit is a thing over here. I mean, I know it sounds funny, but it's actually a real thing. It's
When
kind
I
of
found out what chitlins was, I was like, why? But then, of course, I know why. But it was like, why? You know, but because, like, you know, we have beans on toast.
Oh man.
what other the reason they
Beans
call it
on
the Chitlin.
toast and chitlins are totally different things.
I know they're totally different. But the same way you guys look at beans on toast, like, that's just crazy. Why? We're like, why?
Not depends on what kind of beans you have on the toast. If you have black eyed peas, hey, you better save me. You better save me a plate, woman. If you
Oh
have black eyed
gosh,
peas on
no,
it.
we're talking about normal baked beans, darling.
Jerked peas, jerked eye peas
Actually,
on.
Oh my god.
we reggae the beans, love. We'll put some jerk sauce in there and some other bits, and yeah, just a bit of butter, and you
Hang it
know,
up and then put it on
yeah,
your toast.
you zhuzh it up in it. You zhuzh it up.
Hey, what's up with our
I don't
Jamaican?
care. I don't care what you say. That's like trying to say, Garth, listen. That's the equivalent of trying to say, Garth,
Hey,
you know this. You
don't,
know this, Garth. That's
Oh,
like
here we
trying to
go.
say that you trying to hook up Scrapple.
don't be rude.
You get what I'm telling you? Listen, look, you trying to hook up. There's no way to hook up Scrapple. I don't care how you want to cut it.
Uncle said there was no beans in Jamaica and beans on toast, and there wasn't. That's a British thing. But when we came over here, we just adapted. But when we adapted, we took other bits and we put those bits together, and we came up with our own stuff.
Yeah,
But that's
that was
definitely
Scrapple to
that is
us.
a Brit thing.
That was Scrapple to us. You just shred up and they literally just put everything that they could that was part of the pig, and you just get a paste and you just fry it the best that you can. That's Scrapple. Ain't no way around it. It ain't
Just
gonna be good.
my stomach just turned.
My family still eats jerk pork to this day. It's disgusting.
Oh my.
They jerk the pork.
Well, jerk chicken.
I
Listen,
You got
don't knock
got
the
some
jerk.
jerk beans. You got some jerk beans. Oh
Forget the
boy.
pork, but
Let me,
let's
Mr.
man.
Chantel, y'all need to be hooked up with something real proper, fam. Something real proper. Black eyed peas and rice. Y'all just need to just get the black eyed peas and rice. That's all you need.
thank you, Carrots. Black eyed
We
peas,
do
rice, and
have that.
gravy, man.
We do have that. What are you talking? We do have that. We do that over here as
Hey,
well.
hey, I'm no prophet. I'm not, but I'm gonna say this right now. I think the algorithm pretty soon is gonna make pork a bad word to say. Watch.
It probably will. You know, how some people just love their swine. That their sweat-free meat. Like you, bro, you don't eat your meat, don't sweat, and your all that nastiness.
Jerking the
When
swine.
when those pigs get sick, and they don't sweat out all the toxins, so you're eating that. And then when people are like, this pork is good and it's salty,
And
do you
they
think
eat
it's salty?
snakes.
You're
They eat
eating.
snakes and mice and
I'm not gonna lie. The other day,
You didn't eat
I
pork,
was
did you?
no, well, look.
Oh, whoa!
No. So let me tell you this. Let me tell you the story. I
It's
ordered
bad if there's a story.
I ordered IHOP. I was like, man, I'm feeling some IHOP. I ordered IHOP. I'm like, I took off and I was in a hurry. I was doing something. I took off the ham and I took off the sausage. I thought I took off all the pork stuff because I like the little Colorado omelet, but I don't like the pork because I like the little everything else, with the onion, pepper, and then the steak. I took a bite in that omelet, and I could taste the bacon, and it was just like, it was done.
When you're not used to it anymore.
Yeah, I tried to even like eat around the omelet, It was I couldn't. I'm like,
don't even touch it.
I said I couldn't even eat like the steak. I couldn't even eat the steak. I threw that whole thing away. And I was so disappointed. I said, man, because now IHOP is real expensive. And I'm like, man. And let me tell you, like, my chest was on fire just from that one piece. That one piece of bacon. I'm like, oh. I said, it's garbage. That was that's always been a trash meat.
Because it is a trash meat.
You know what,
eats trash.
Brother Karras, In Pursuit gave you a witness to that because she said that they always try to put pork in her stuff too.
Yeah. Well, and let me tell you this. Then the other day, I was gonna order something online from a place that's right around the corner from me. I wanted me a short rib, sandwich. Because I like the beef short ribs, they're nice and tender, especially for beef. I made sure I called. I said, before I order anything online, I said, is this short rib? Is this beef? And the young lady that was helping, she said, give me a second. It literally took them like 5 minutes to find out if it was beef or not. And she said, yes, it is beef. I said, all right, thank you. And I made sure that it was beef.
No, but watch that.
Sneaky.
Watch that, Karras, because sometimes they will. Like one time, and this is why I don't mess with Wendy's anymore. Last year, I bought a Wendy's sandwich and I asked them to hold the bacon and hold. It wasn't a bacon. It was like a one of the Wendy's doubles, but it had like the. And I bit into it. I felt that crunch, and I saw bacon. I drove back around that window, and they came back, and I said no effing pork. And I threw it back in there at him, and I saw it splatter.
Why was I about to say that to joke about it, and then I let you finish that story? You actually did it. That's not funny. That's not funny, Rojo.
My mind leaped on ahead, and I saw that too.
That's real behind ignorant, Rojo. That's real behind
I saw that. I saw that.
This really threw the lettuce and everything at him. Ah!
Yo, keep that sandwich. No pork.
I drove, and I'm telling you, I'm just right there in the window. I thought I told you, no bleep, 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 pork. Wham! And I heard the wind pass by my face. I threw that thing so hard. And I heard it hit. I saw everything scatter, splatter. So I knew I hit somebody. And when I drove off, somebody threw a Coke at my car out the window. I don't care. Don't put no pork on me.
Oh. Oh. Rojo never disappoints. Yo, Rojo never disappoints.
But honestly, I kind of understand it because I mean, when I was really young and like my first job, I was working in the deli, and there's this Muslim guy who always used to come, he's like, yo, man, can you wipe that slicer down? I'm like, I used to get so mad because I had to clean down the whole slicer, but now I understand it because he didn't want any pork on his cold cuts, but cold cuts are disgusting. Nonetheless.
But that's the thing, though. Even with Eucharist, like, don't even. You're not even supposed to eat things that they touch the pork with, or if they're taking out your order with something else, and they use the same spoon or serve it or tongs or whatever, and they've touched the pork, they shouldn't even be touching your food. You're not even supposed to touch that. You're not even supposed to.
No. Sister Chantel, even DMX made that brother rest in peace, rest in power. But even he said in one of his songs, one of my favorite songs, what you've been getting fed is pork. What you've been eating shouldn't even be on your fork. The song "I'm a Bang Bang Bang" from the Great Depression soundtrack. It was on a half past dead movie. So even DMX, in all of his folly that he was doing, before he cleaned himself up, even he knew that. We don't put that in our mouth.
Yeah, I mean, we I think deep down, even when, like, as Christians, we kind of knew. I mean, I never touched it anyway, but as Christians, we kind of knew that you're not supposed to touch it, and it's almost like it, which is why you consume it more, if that makes any sense. Like, it's rebellious.
About an SDA, they taught you that, sis? Because I was grown Catholic and I never knew nothing about no pork.
No. Yeah, we didn't touch it. So I haven't. I could say that I haven't touched pork since I was about 8. But when I was pregnant with my first son,
wow,
when I was 8 years old, yeah. But to be honest with you, when I was pregnant with my first son, and I left church, I wasn't attending church or anything. I was craving it like mad, and I told my mum she wanted to kill me. She did. She said, you polluted my grandson and he ain't even born. Do you want to die? Yeah, but that was the last time. I didn't do it again. I didn't touch it again. But
you said those ribs are calling you?
It was so bad. I don't know if have any of you, probably never, but if you've ever like when they do from the fish and chip shop over here, chips, not fries, but fish and chips shop, they do this saveloy, this big giant jumbo sausage, and I smelt it and I wanted it, and I couldn't. I used to walk past it all the time, and it would drive me nuts. Until one day I ordered it, and I ate it, and I was like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I didn't even feel sick. I was like, yeah, I felt good. And then afterwards, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. What's the point of me lying? I'm being honest. I felt good afterwards. I'm not gonna lie. The pork sweet me.
Those lentils, right, sis? Just like Esau when he ate those lentils.
You felt good, but you put a what man.
I was wrong, and I did repent. I did ask the Most High to forgive me for that.
You remodeled that bathroom, though, didn't you? That bathroom was remodeled, right? Because the first thing you did was take that sledgehammer to that toilet.
Hey, listen. Afterwards, it was not kind on the way out.
I know.
Went down smooth, came out rough.
Somebody had sent me something so ignorant in the little Facebook DMs, and it was it was showing people's faces when they're in the bathrooms, and you can just hear people just going to town in the public bathrooms, and it's like,
I told you. Why is it
that
Hey,
every
that
time?
didn't even sound natural. I'm like, what
hey,
did they
hey,
eat that they made
hey,
that
Karen,
sounded like that?
have you ever been in an office building restroom and you go in their
Yeah.
restroom and you swear that some people in there giving birth? You know, they be at there. Oh,
To
is it,
no, not just to one. They're giving birth to sextuplets. You know what I'm saying?
And they're not drinking water
Ah!
because
Yo,
they're not drinking water
having to
because
grunt, when they start having to actually physically grunt and start making noises out of their mouth, like, you know, like they have to breathe. It's like, I'm in the men's bathroom, right? I'm in.
yeah.
Cynthia says I need to go to Pork Anonymous. Oh gosh, yes, I did back
And
then.
honestly, some of them are so disgusting. They don't flush the urinal, and then you see what's in that urinal. I'm like, bro, do you drink any water? Like, are you okay?
The urinal, man. Listen, that toilet looks like they just killed that thing. It looked like a something out of a sci-fi, dystopian future when
no,
they
it
used
look like
to
Listen,
with that
it,
thing.
it, it look like a toilet
why
out
are
of the
we
video
here?
game.
Why are we here? I told you, did I not say this a few months ago? Israelites, we so, what is wrong with us?
We
We
either
start
talk
on
about
food, we
this or we
start
talk
talking about
about
food, and then we always end up in the bottom of the pit. Start talking about what comes out after the food's done
well,
eaten.
that's why we call
Because
it the barbecue pit. That
we're just
barbecue usually has pork in it. That's
It doesn't matter
Hey,
where we are. I was out with my sisters and that happened, and my sister said, "No, man, I need to poo." And some woman was eating her sandwich, and she just looked like the horror on her face. Now, obviously, she didn't say it like that. She said
dun,
it far
dun,
worse.
dun.
And I'm around people, so I'll just keep it 100. But she was like, "I need to. Oh my gosh, I need to." And she said it loud, and the woman just looks like. She just put her sandwich down and she was gone. She was like, I can't eat this no more. It was a white woman, so she was like, no. We just
hey, you know
started
what?
laughing.
I would still finish my sandwich, but I'm gonna reach in my pocket and hand your sister some X-Lax. Here you go. That might help you along the way.
Rojo, the drive-through warrior. That's what Rojo's gonna be called. Rojo, drive-through no till. You better not have that bacon on there. You better ask like,
In the land of the free, where no bacon is safe, Rojo is on the sea.
don't drive-throughs in Tennessee be on the lookout for Rojo. Don't.
Hey,
Porky's revenge.
Rojo is the pork terminator.
Porky's revenge.
hey, I'm the true baconator.
Oh my goodness.
One day, an unsuspecting man goes to a fast food restaurant, asks for no bacon, gets bacon, and then the rest is history.
Listen, they're gonna say, listen. Rojo's gonna be on one of those TikTok, Instagrams, because he's gonna be doing on TikTok too, and he's gonna be stitched on. And it's like, do you see this man? He's gonna have his own stitch. Rojo's gonna have his own stitch. Oh man.
No, I don't know about you guys, but one thing I'm looking forward to being back home is like, just having our own restaurants and knowing the food is clean and healthy and regulated and
Everybody
just,
washes their hands.
yes, you haven't got to be worried about things like that. Like, forget washing their hands. You know that they washed that morning, just, and you're not finding hair in your food.
or roach pieces, or fly wings, or
Man.
fingernails, toenails, and all that kind of stuff. You're right, Sister
Mm.
Chantel.
I'm
Well,
looking forward to that.
well, I'm gonna tell you, in Tanzania, they actually do not have pork products in their food.
Well, it's a Muslim country, so they wouldn't.
Ooh,
Very,
I
yeah,
love that.
yeah. They had beef sausage and they had beef bacon.
Yeah, they must
That
not
was
get anything
nice.
from America then.
Yeah. No, they don't. They don't. They don't have McDonald's. They don't have McDonald's. They don't have Burger King. None of, yeah. The
I
only thing
wouldn't
that
have
they have.
thought so that, like, of course
Yeah.
they, I mean, like, they must be like, not must, they are healthier than a lot of us here because of that, for that reason. It's just
Well,
that maybe the food isn't prepared the best, but they eat healthier here than we do over here.
well,
Hey,
the
hey,
the thing is that like they have Pizza Hut and they have KFC, but Pizza Hut they do like, you know, the the beef bacon and the beef sausage, and it's pretty good. It
I'm
is
hungry
actually really
the
good.
way.
I haven't
what
been
cares?
to a Pizza Hut
Do, do,
like
you- do you know
since
I've been
like
to a
teenager years. It's
I've been
crazy.
to an Arab restaurant and I ordered a pizza and they gave me pepperoni pizza because I just they don't have like no a meatless pizza. All of it has some kind of meat. So I said, sir, respectfully, I didn't pay for this. I said I wanted a pizza, preferably a cheese pizza. He said, no, that's all we have is pepperoni and other meats. I said, I don't eat pork. He said, look at me, sir. I don't either. Please, no pork for me. And what he did, he gave me a deep discount on a pizza because he took one of the slices and took one of the pepperonis and ate it. And did you know I found out in that day that they do actually make beef pepperoni?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they won't cook it. Because they don't serve it. And we have a lot of Arabs and Indians that have like like pizza takeaways and stuff like that. And they you can have your pepperoni and everything, but it's beef. They will
Yeah.
not touch it. They're not touching it. They're
Hmm.
not touching it. They're not cooking it. They're not touching it. They're not having nothing to do with it. And people are quite happy. They'll if you know what you're getting when you go there. If you want all that porky, bacony, piggy stuff, then go to Pizza Hut or go to what is it? Gosh, I can't even remember
Don't
another one.
forget the ingredients: green 7 and blue 2 and 33
What is
flavor
that?
coloring. Who knows?
Oh no,
That's what
I'm
they put in
sorry.
the
That
food.
I'm
Hmm.
sorry, but
Artificial.
no.
Yeah.
That's you guys stuff.
They
We
don't
don't
have
have
that in the UK. Yeah, she's like,
no.
"What is that? That we don't even understand that poison."
No, I'm not even being facetious. I don't
No,
even know. I
no.
literally watched a video of some white American guy who was talking about the differences in the foods that you guys have over there to what we have over here, and I'm appalled and disgusted. And I'm like, they really are trying to kill people? And I'm not even just talking about. Well, we know they're trying to kill black people, but
No, they
they
trying
really
to kill
are trying to kill
everybody here.
everyone.
Yeah, everybody here. Everybody. Look, when white people find out that they're actually being targeted too, they're like, "What? No way.
Yes,
I don't
way.
believe it.
They start denying
I
their
don't
whiteness.
believe
I
it."
I think it was you, Sister Chantel, that gave me that video of that one African sister. Her channel. I was looking at a couple of videos. This one white woman was on there. She was like Well, she was being truthful about the whole situation, about how everything is completely gone down the depths, and then she's like,
Oh,
even
the one she was in her car.
yeah, she was in a car. She's like,
Yes,
"Can one of y'all
and
adopt me?"
she said, I don't want to be white no more.
Yeah, she's like, "One of y'all adopt me." She's like, "Even
Hey,
Yeah,
though
hey,
y'all angry at each other, y'all stick up for each other. Y'all God fearing. Here, we kick you out at 10 years old and make you go fend for yourself." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. That's how y'all get down."
yeah,
hey, hey,
yeah.
hey, Karis, in Florida, y'all need to be careful because the liberals are passing laws to take certain ingredients out of food and a lot of stuff. I'm not saying that you eat personally because I don't know your diet, but a lot of stuff have shellac on it, which are look up shellac. I'm not gonna say it on
And then
here.
the
'Cause-
roach
It's bug
bugs.
shell,
Yeah, bug
bug
shell.
yeah,
stuff.
Hmm.
yeah.
No, not bug
It,
shell. It's bug poop.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
well,
I don't care.
it's
Sorry, Karis, I
it's
don't know
No,
all
that
that
in the
nasty.
it's that in the guts of it, and they just like roll it out into a wax sheet. And Florida, they want to take those, and then also almost anything chocolate.
Well,
87% of your chocolate down there in Florida has bug pieces in it that they're
hmm
trying to take that they're trying to pass laws to take out too. And I won't put that on the scientists, and I can't stand them. I'm putting that on those liberals down there. They
well,
are
what kind of bugs are we talking about? Let's not rule anything out. I'm partial to a bit of
roaches,
those. No, I
flies,
won't do that. I'm only joking. I'll
gnats.
never eat a bug.
No, some bugs. You can eat a grasshopper, Sister Chantel. I don't know about a cricket.
I know. You will eat. You. What did they say? You will own nothing and enjoy it and love it, and you'll eat grasshoppers and stuff like that, locusts, and I'm like, no, you lot can eat that. I'm not touching that. We're gonna be back.
Locusts, yum yum yum.
Ooh, I like that
Sister Chantel.
crunch.
Sister Chantel, have you ever tasted?
But locust is actually. I thought locust is actually clean, so we'll see.
They are clean.
Study on it.
They are. You can eat that.
Locusts,
Elijah ate it.
grasshoppers, katydids, and cicadas are all clean. You can eat them.
Don't cicadas make those noises? That weird noise.
I think they all. I think they all make those weird noises. All of them. I think.
Your food is going to be croaking at you when you're gobbling it up. No thanks, it's all right.
You can also eat beetles and grub worms. I don't know about mealworms.
You don't want to be eating those Egyptian beetles, those dung beetles. Ugh.
Oh no. The what? Sister, I thought I was bad, Sister Chantel. You are God.
Be eating termites. You just looking like you just came. You just living on a set of Naked and Afraid on National Geographic.
Might as well just be Oscar. Trash is cool, man.
It's funny. All I see is Gollum. That's all I see. Gollum in a cave somewhere.
The Hobbit.
Eating. Yeah.
Yum. Gollum.
Precious.
My precious.
He said precious. God.
Well, unfortunately, that is really the future that they have. It is, and I'm not.
Thin wispy hair and skinny legs.
I mean, because that's what you got to remember. Look, I look at Second Esdras literally when they talk about being that service. To their new overlords that's coming. You think that they're gonna be? They're gonna laugh at them like we're supposed to have human rights. Like, you're gonna be to the service to the Chinese, right?
Who said you are human?
I'm just saying.
Everything's all relative. I'm just saying they will take away their humanity with them the same way they did with us.
Well, I tell you what,
even worse. They'll have a.
They better learn to say. They better learn to say Chi Chi P's name right, or they're gonna be hanging upside down, getting whipped with a bamboo stick.
You didn't even say his name right.
It don't matter. I won't be here, Sister Chantel.
Chichi. Hey, listen, that word you can't use Chichi. You can't use that name. Don't call him that. If he goes, yeah, exactly, a Chichi man.
Chichi Ping.
Chichi, exactly, Chichi Ping. No, Uncle knows what I'm saying. You can't call him that. Don't call him that, especially if he ends up looking up what is Jamaican slang. What does Chichi mean? Ooh, Rojo.
Una Batman.
I don't even know what that means in Jamaican slang. I don't know.
Whatever you think it means, if somebody says yeah, Chichi man, you turn around and say no. You know what that means. You know what it means.
Yeah.
Sister Blessed Green Chick, she's got it right there in the chat. Yes.
Hey, Sister Chantel, since you got Jamaican ancestry, I gotta ask you, for the 26th of December, instead of celebrating Boxing Day, are you going to celebrate Kwanzaa with your sister Kamala Harris?
No.
That's called trying too hard.
Wait,
I gotta be back in a minute.
Kamala Harris is Jamaican?
Well, partially. At least that's what she say. Partially,
like 1/8, right? Whatever. She's like 20 different things. I don't know. I thought she was like Japanese. Man,
She's like, I'll say whatever you want me to say so I can get a vote.
Karen.
Will you get me that vote? Yeah, I'm that too. Mm-hmm.
I identify as that too. I got some of that in my DNA.
Yeah.
And what? Yeah, I'm the descendant of the man who touched Elliot's finger. Vote for me. Vote Kamala Harris.
Kiss me, I'm Irish.
They can't wear that shirt in that land. They'll be like, "Kiss me, who am I?" Actually, no, forget about it. That joke bombed. Don't take 23andMe. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm.
Well, I tell you what, I didn't run my DNA through any of those because I saw this white dude literally scam them by calling himself black, and his paperwork came back West Africa, and we watched him. It's nasty what they do. They spit into a tube and put the information and put in a no postage needed package, throw it in the
Mm-hmm.
mailbox, the information come back. And so I don't know if they just didn't do anything because there should have been some kind of markers. I mean, I don't know if he had the N gene in him or not, and I don't want to say the word because I'm scared for you of
Yeah, I know you're
YouTube's
talking about.
algorithm.
Yeah,
Oh,
you'll get me hit. You'll get me hit on the things.
okay. But no, it came back with West African information, West African, and what's now known as the Middle East information on them. So I was like, for all of y'all that's doing 23andMe and Ancestry, I'm not saying that you're wasting your money, but y'all need to make sure that they're doing y'all stuff right when they send it on out there.
Mm.
Well, yeah, I'm just joking. I mean, I'm only just trolling those people over there that make it illegal to take an ancestry.
I know
Yeah.
they're so scared. Sorry, I had to step out. I thought I had a delivery, but yeah, they're so scared. It's like, the world is like, why are you so scared to know who? You can really go to jail, to prison for just trying to figure out who you are, where you come from.
It's like,
Wow.
don't worry about it. Just believe the lie, and you'll be judged later. We're
Yes,
giving
Kevin
you
Elvis.
plausible deniability.
Yeah, this is the
Kevin,
hotline. I just saw my neighbor. I saw him. He has the 23andMe kit. I don't know what he's gonna do with it. I don't know if it's
Ke-
for him or his wife or the person visiting. But I'm just letting you know. All right, thank you, sir.
And you
Because
know,
Kevin Elvis,
it's
you're
exactly
right.
what would happen. It's like a
You're right,
nation of
Kevin Elvis.
Karens.
Hey, check out what Kevin Elvis said. Don't repeat it. Don't say it verbally. But
Okay.
I read about that like 3 weeks ago. He or she, I think it's she, because the way it's spelled, but she's absolutely 100%. But
Oh
I'm not gonna
wow,
say.
really?
I'm telling you,
That's it. It's
that was
over.
I wouldn't be
yeah,
surprised. The owner came. The owner of California came down there not too long ago, and they rolled out a red carpet for him. So, you know.
exactly.
Into
Yeah,
Firewolf, you're 1% Irish. Top of the morning to you, sir.
I'm like
Mm.
7%. I'm like 7%, or like 5%
hey,
Irish.
Karis, don't you have some because you are pretty fair skinned. Don't you have some
Oh,
Eurocentric in you?
is that
Oh,
colorism?
Paris!
Is
He's
that
trying to
Uh-oh.
play you,
colorism?
Paris!
Colorism!
Oh, is that?
Colorism!
Oh,
Mm-mm.
He's trying to play you, Paris!
oh. So I'm Ti's son right now, huh? The
Just
colorism,
stand on business.
light skin
Stand on business.
foolishness, huh? Oh boy,
That was a boss comeback. I can't recover from that one. That
that colorism. Oh boy.
That's bad, man. It's bad in our family, in our Israelite family. The colorism, it's terrible.
Well, it's the
what
same way in the Caribbean as well. Bad in the Caribbean,
no
actually.
no
You don't think
Well, I'll have you know that on the continent, especially in Tanzania, you got light skinned brothers on out there.
I'd
Yeah,
imagine.
I
in,
said, man, you know what
in
that made me feel
Tanzania.
like? You know what that made me feel like?
welcomed?
Drake.
No.
Golly.
What- oh man, what was that movie back in the day? Was it College Days?
No, School Days.
School Days, yeah. I said, yeah. I said they got some light skinned folks. Man.
I bet you felt better about it. You're like, oh wow, there are people here that look like me.
Yeah. No, you know what? You know what though? And the funny thing is, it was like they're out in the country, in little
Well,
country areas. Yeah.
Really?
well, what
Light
do you
Yeah.
consider light skin though? I just it,
Yeah,
Well,
honestly,
when I
don't even
when I
open
was
up
out
that
there
can
in
of
the
worms.
UK,
I'm tired of the colorism.
when I was out
Tired
there
of
in the UK, Sister Chantel and I were having this conversation, and she's seeing me, and she's like, nah, you black, you dark skin. Cause see, their complexion of light skin is like that's Drake's complexion.
Yeah, that's light skin to me. I don't
That's
think you're
light
light
skin.
skinned. I don't think you're light skinned at
No,
all, Karis. You're not that lighter than
I
me.
would
I'm a
say
little. I know I'm a
you're
little
medium
darker.
light.
I don't pass that paper bag test. I don't pass it.
I'm like a brown paper bag. I'm not like black, but not like
I
light
think
skin either.
you're a bit lighter than a brown paper bag, Karis.
Who,
No,
me?
me.
No,
My
I'm black.
complexion is my complexion is exactly the complexion of a Skittles candy bar. That's me. But Karis, I'm with
Skittles candy
Chantel.
bar. You mean
Yeah,
Snickers?
I mean Snickers.
That's
I thought you said Skittles. I was like, what? Taste the rainbow,
No,
bro?
it's
Come on
Snickers.
now. We just talked
No,
about Chichi Mans, and now you're
no,
talking about Skittles. Come on,
no,
like
it's
stop.
A
Is
Snickers
this
candy
it,
bar.
is this
You
dude
said
trying to say
Skittles.
is this
You
dude
said
trying to say
Skittles.
he's too Wong Fu? Too Wong Fu? Like what?
No, no.
My complexion is sprinkles. My
No,
complexion
no.
is glitter.
It glitter. No, the only rainbow I'm kicking it with is the one behind the Most High throne, and the one Fred Hampton came up with. Well, not even that really, because that involves the enemy blending in with his COINTELPRO
Okay,
to a certain degree.
wait a second, family. We got to be serious right now. All right, Rojo.
Uh
Hold that urge to throw food at the drive-through. We got Yakoba coming in.
huh.
Hey, Yakoba, how you doing? No,
I'm
we're not at
doing good.
school.
I had to come to get y'all back on topic. How much time is really left? 'Cause
He
I
went
think
so
listen,
far
y'all
away.
went off tangent here.
Listen, Yakoba.
We have been bad, Jacoby. You're right.
As soon as Rojo said that he don't do his sandwich
No.
back in the drive-through window, and they threw a Coke at the car. It was over from there. I couldn't get back on track. It was over.
It's my fault,
Spontaneous food
Jacoba.
fight.
It's my fault because I was telling them about Wendy's. Why I don't fool with Wendy's anymore. I went and ordered a double burger, but it came with bacon. I told them specifically to hold the bacon, and I was hungry, and I was on my way to work. So I got my food, paid for it, and the first thing I bit into was the burger, and I felt the crunch, and I had that
Now
familiar
let's be
taste.
real, Rojo. You know, dang, that bacon was good. Now let's be honest. That's what you said. You know.
I know I said it. I listen. At least I was honest. And I prayed and I asked the Most High to forgive me for that. But I was honest.
Okay,
Oh.
okay, Jacoba. I will say this: after I had thrown the burger back at him, and they doused the back of my window with a Coke. I ain't gonna lie, driving down the road, I was licking my
He
lips.
licked
and
his
sucking my
fingers. I knew it. You licked your fingers, bro. That was good, though.
Just like that red pottage Esau had when Jacob, when our uncle, our forefather Jacob gave him that pottage.
He said, "Father, forgive me."
Yeah.
Father, hallelujah, hallelujah.
While he said that they put that dang bacon in my hamburger. It's good.
That bacon.
He was trying to lick all the corners in his mouth. He's trying to lick. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. Hallelujah.
Darn them people, but I'm just steady. Let me get this from between this tooth.
Yeah.
No, you know he was dreaming about bacon for a few nights after that as well. Bacon.
Oh, you know what? Hey, you know what, Chantel? I won't lie. I like had the strong taste. If anyone's ever eaten a smothered pork chop in their life, I was having that strong taste in my mouth, and I was like, So I just started eating me some ramen noodles. I was like, I got to get rid of it.
What you needed to eat was do a detox and just eat nothing but green leafy everything, just leaves and some peas and pulses. That's what you needed to do, and just
But
detox
the
that
funny
out
thing
of your
is,
system.
I hope y'all not eating like chips and all this stuff because they got pork in that. Y'all be
Hold on,
eating
hold on,
pork and
hold on.
all
Wait a
that.
minute.
You can't even
Pork
eat
and chips?
Fritos. Fritos actually has pork in it.
Yeah.
Pork in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hold on, wait.
tortilla chips.
Yeah.
Wait.
No,
What
Fritos.
has pork in it?
A lot of these chips they got out there.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Cheetos, Fritos. Yeah, you can't eat them.
Can one of y'all do a lesson on that? Like seriously? Because I'll take notes
Yeah, the
I
lesson
mean,
gonna be don't eat chips.
Mm-hmm.
so
Even in some brands of toothpaste, it got pork in it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that, brother Ace.
yeah, that's why I stay away from Colgate. I only use Crest.
Mm.
Oh
Well,
man,
well,
so I
well,
gotta throw away
well,
all that
let's
Colgate in my
so
bathroom.
let's get back on the schedule here. How much time is really left? And yes, I'm sorry, family, for that hour long tangent into ignorance. It happens. It happens. But Jacob,
Blame Rojo.
I don't know if you were on yesterday where Brother Asaph was talking about that they had canceled leave, which is basically their holidays, their time off.
Yeah, for the
Um,
popo, right?
yes, all throughout Europe,
Oh
and
yeah.
now you're seeing that the media now has to admit that the Russians are winning, which is interesting. On top of that, now you're seeing that they're trying to recruit Malawians to basically be slave labor, for lack of better terms, because those folks' economy is being run down by the Palestinians. And now you see that they have one of the destroyers in the Arabian Gulf, and I just shared a an article through Politico that says that the Department of Defense, the DoD, doesn't have enough money for these operations, which means to me that in order for them to get funded, you're going to have to go to war. And I look at it as, this is just me, I think we're probably going to go to war by the end of this year.
Well,
But the
I agree with
Security
you.
Council just called a meeting a few minutes ago to discuss what's happening over in that place. Sorry to cut in, Yakoba. Go ahead, my brother.
Anytime, brother Ace. I mean, for me, I think Karis, you hit it right on the nail on the head earlier when you said, they invested all this money. They have all these ships out there. They didn't set money to Israel, money to Ukraine. I'm like, they're invested, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
if they come back with nothing, then they're gonna be like, where these trillions of dollars? Because billions and
Mhm.
billions. Where that money went? What we got back for it? Did we get some land and some resources? What did we get? Right. So
Mhm.
did we get the New World Order established? Right. They got to. And then, like you were saying this morning about the 2025 Deagle report, I'm like, they right on schedule.
Not on time.
Yeah.
They're right on time. I think when people say, well, how much time is left, it's a span of time to me, right? That for those that are of us that are capable of leaving, that have the financial means of leaving, then folks will leave. They'll leave at all costs. All right, we're just gonna figure this thing on out. Take whatever we can, put it on whatever credit card. We ain't gonna pay that back, and you just go. I believe that that's why they had the CBDC, the crypto based digital currency, so then they could just turn that off. If you don't have it, your credit, your social credit isn't going to get it. And the same as if you're trying to accelerate a passport, well, guess what? That will be turned off too. They'll suspend operations for the government, and that's what I'm waiting on. When they suspend government operations, because why? Because now they have to go into a wartime footing, and they'll say it's all for the sake of national security. That's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think just a matter of time. But go ahead, brother Asaph.
I was going to say that Iran has released footage of the top aircraft carrier, which means that they got ability to take it out.
And that's the whole thing. Is that the sacrifice? Sacrifices must be made. Is that going to do it? My answer is I don't think that's going to do it for people. I don't think it's going to do it. Because who are you trying to emotionalize? The only audience you're trying to emotionalize in this whole thing is black folks. Let's get black folks on board.
Isn't that real interesting how everybody care about what we think now, but don't care about us?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we the cause of the Middle East war. We the cause of this Israel thing because we're not on their side and all this foolishness. You know, it's ridiculous. They blame us for everything.
Yeah, you're also responsible for the decline of the Democratic Party. Apparently, you guys are not supporting those guys enough.
And brother Asaph, and I'm gonna say this proudly, and this is only Rojo saying this, so don't attach anyone else to Rojo. This is Rojo's words. Rojo, if they want my name, they could dox me, find out who I am, come holler at me. But yeah, I'm glad that our feet, our collective foot, well, my foot is on their necks, and I'm just gonna do like that giant. I'm just gonna keep rubbing my foot, twisting my foot. I'm a twist and shout. I'm gonna do twist and shout, and I'm gonna do the hammer on the Democrats. I hope they are done after this year. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, they
That's
ain't going to be the
interesting,
only
though.
party done. It's look. I think. Listen to me. I believe the whole political system will be toast because now you don't have anybody really. Number one, you lost trust. Because if black people feel that the trust is gone, then that legitimizes things to white folks. Well, see, I knew it. See, because why? Because we're the only ones. If we trust and believe in this, then guess what? Now they trust and believe that we are still kind of in that steady state of stagnation. It's cool when we're just sitting there eating rib sandwiches and not having to worry about throwing pork out the window at drive-through tellers. You know what I'm saying? But the moment that we're waking up and we're like, you know what? We're understanding what we're eating. We're understanding what we're seeing. We're understanding what we're hearing. We know now that this thing is the gig is up because now when you understand, you question, and when you question, you're providing, hey, there has to be some logical analysis here that means something, and they can't answer it. That the whole thing of I'm white and I said so, that thing done left. It packed its bags a while ago, and it took the midnight train to Georgia.
I also understand that you guys have put the Black Caucus under the bus as well in the United States.
Brother Karras, Brother Asaph.
Yeah.
Brother Asaph, I'm sorry. And I'm with you, but let me just go ahead. I'm going to clarify it for you. It's not so much that we did this. It is the A, the I, the P, the A, the C. They did it. But the thing is, we're stepping back. We're letting the CBC take that thorough butt whooping and stomping, and we're just standing there. But we still love you, though. But we're just standing there and just letting them take it. We're not getting involved in it. We're going to let those people from over there beat the snot out of them. I'm sorry. I just had to clarify that. That's all. I'm sorry.
Can I say something? I find it fascinating with the fact that everybody wants to, they want so-called Black people support in everything, everywhere, across the globe, flat earth, well, whatever. They want Black people support. Specifically, speaking in America, where you guys they want your support so much, but yet still, when you actually read their articles and you look at the things that they're saying, when it comes to, they'll say things like, oh, you know, Joe Biden, if it wasn't for the Latino community or the Hispanic or the Asian community or the LGBT community, and we know that's a load of BS, but yet still you're not calling on them. Why don't you call on them? Why do you care so much about what Black people say, our support? Why do you need it so much if we're not that important? If it was the Latinos that helped you to win these seats, then just stick with them. We're obviously not important enough. So if we're not important enough for you to actually mention that it was because, I mean, we know obviously why they can't do that, because then that would mean that they owe you, right? If you can't mention that, then just keep our name out your mouth. We don't owe you anything. We're not supporting you. We're not nothing. We're just watch.
Chantel, you and Asaph have no idea how lucky y'all are to be over there. I mean, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but in comparison to the hell we go through over here in America, and I know y'all are going through, you know, stuff over there too. So, brother Asaph, sister Chantel, I'm not trying to discount or minimize what y'all go through, but
No,
we are catching it bad over here. Like
no.
so sometimes I want to sit up at night and just let it out and just cry in frustration and bang the freaking walls. But I have to keep control of myself. We are really we are really catching it heavy over here in the worst
What
way.
you guys are going through, boy. I said, Father, you need to come and take your people. Please take your people from America first. I mean, it's the order in which things need to be done in anyway, but needs must. But for me, it's like, the thing is, yeah, I was talking to a friend the other night, and I said, people need to look at this in another sense. And I've said this before. The rest of the world is looking at you. You need to remember, America is like, she is the slutty, drunken sorority chick who has no, she's got no grace. She's wearing this short mini skirt. She's got, you know, nothing to cover underneath, and she's got a crop top on. She's drunk and she's falling over herself. And as a result, yeah, her mother, this country, who is doing the same thing, right? But she does it in a manner which is hidden. She's sitting there with that frown on her face while she's holding her glass of wine, looking at her daughter and shaking her head like, if you're going to do this, darling, pick yourself up and keep it hidden. This you need to understand, this Britannia, okay? Britannia is literally, she's excuse me, but she's having it off with the gardener. She's doing it with her Pilates instructor. She's doing whatever with somebody else, with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. She's doing what she's doing, but she keeps it under wraps. She knows how to hide her dirt. We're still uncovering the things here that was done decades ago, right? With America, she's just trash all over. Canada is like, she thinks she's smarter than she really is, but she's not. Australia is like she's just twisted in the head. She's got like that extra chromosome. France is just, she thinks she's poor. She thinks she's wealthy, but she ain't wealthy. You're trash. You're poor, but you really think you think you're rich, but you're not. And everybody else is.
I can attest for that. First thing, Chantel, with France. Oh my goodness, it is just dirty.
Yeah,
it looked like a third world country.
They think exactly. They think that they have their nose up in the air and they prance around in their dusty fur coat. When if you examine it close enough, you'll see there's all kinds of mites and stuff running up in there, right? And Germany and Italy, they all have their issues. But then you've got Italy or Rome, right? You've got Rome, and she's looking and she's like, oh my gosh, my children, look at you. You've lost control of everything.
Did y'all see the video of the Gentile who says that he knows in the future that they're going to war with Africa?
Yes.
I saw that too.
Oh man,
I saw that too. I saw that too.
I wish I had the link. Somebody could put the link in the chat. That was a
I got
Yeah,
it. I'll
tell us
send it.
some more about that.
Oh, so I think I think I do have it. Give me a second. Give me a second.
I'll paste it anyway, Karen.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I appreciate it.
All I'm saying
Yeah.
is if you look at these nations, it's like watching a sitcom. Look at these nations, they're like it's like watching Mean Girls. That's all it is. It's just watching Mean Girls carrying on bitchy towards each other while inflicting their wicked ways on the rest of the you know, the class who's less than them, so to speak, because all they've ever done is thieve.
I want to show this. I want to show this fair use, because we have to see this. Because listen, they know where they're heading, so they have to put that in the perspective of that demise factor, right? If our demise is here, well, we're gonna fight you. And again, as the Most High would always say, vain imaginations. This is what these folks have, because they already know they want to fight us, but yet they need us. And Sister Chantel was right with the whole analogy of all of the sisters of Rome and Babylon, and we're literally the Cinderella. We're not sisters. We're just there as everybody sees us cleaning up, and we're the ones that everybody looks at. That's how this thing goes. Let me go ahead and share this. Fair use.
Ton of Africans telling you that Europeans stole Africa's resources. Now, there's a lot to say about that. First and foremost, most of these resources are still in Africa, and they're not being stolen by Europeans. They're actually being sold to Europeans by the African state leadership. Your own elites are robbing you. It's not us doing it, not anymore. The real issue, of course, is why aren't Africans using their own resources to do things? Why does Mr. Beast have to go to Kenya to build water wells? Why didn't the Kenyan government do it themselves? I suppose the Kenyan government could have done it themselves. They just chose not to do it. Nigeria is now a country of almost 220 million people, the largest country in Africa. But they only produce about 10% of the electricity that a small country like Hungary. Hungary only has 10 million people, but they produce 10 times as much electricity as Nigeria does. I mean, I know you want to have your Wakanda, right? But do you expect white people to give it to you? No, you're supposed to build it yourself. Having said all this, it is, of course, obvious that we Europeans in the North need to prepare for a possible, potential African rise in terms of technology and therefore also in terms of military capacity. And that means we in Europe need to already start looking ahead and thinking ahead about how we are going to win the war against Africa, because there will be a future war between Europe and Africa.
Okay. I'm going to have my own analysis on this.
Read Obadiah, buddy. That's where you're. That's your war.
Oh, man. Garth had to beat me to the punch on that one.
And now, do you see how hearing talk like that kind of like really incenses me? That makes me want to punch him in the face. Like if I saw him.
Well, let's logically break this down, right? So he wants to give the excuses that it's your leaders. Problem is that no, it's not the African country's leaders. It's actually the leadership that they, as in Europeans, Western countries, put in place. So qualify that. See, all of these non-qualified responses is the red herrings. Those are the gaslights, maneuvers, and mechanisms that is being called out. And now they have nowhere to run, so they know that they're losing out on their resources.
Yep.
So that's the whole question. What is it that you are mad at and you're afraid of, that you know that you have to fight? You're not going to have the resources anymore. Because why? Because all the nations see the games that you have been playing, and now the leadership that's there is saying, I can side with my people or get ousted and look like Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, and now they're doing great. Now they're actually making money. Now they're one of the fastest economies. That's a hell structure.
So
in
they
all
come up,
Africa.
they come up there and put a gun to your head and say, "Give me your wallet." And they say, "See, y'all giving me the money. I'm not taking it from you. He just gave it to me, but you got a gun to my head."
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, that's a perfect example of gaslighting.
Yeah, it said dude is very superficial in his analysis. Yes, he is very
And
superficial.
honestly, brother Karras, I'm not that type of person, but as soon as I heard him talk, man, I just wanted to smack him in the face, man. Like, that dude is talking about, oh, he's giving us statistics like they mean something
He didn't
without any
have to.
context. Get out of here with that nonsense.
So let me tell you, because I'm in a statistics class, right? And I'm telling you, I can dissect everything that he's trying to say, and he makes no sense because he doesn't provide any statistical analysis, and therefore he actually doesn't want to tell the truth. A lot of statistics that they've used and utilized is, how do I lie and my lies sound good with superficial, artificial statistics, right? Well, the root cause of the African leaders selling everything is because you put in puppets. Because those African leaders that were trying to do something for their people, they mysteriously get, deleted. Put those statistics in there. Let's put the statistics of how many African leaders have been deleted once they
What's
tried
that guy's
to do
name, brother
something.
Karras? No mean to cut you off, but
I-
he was
I
bringing
had-
the Congo.
I had
Magamba or whatever?
chemotherapy last year, and I just started lifting weights, and he wouldn't last 2 rounds in a boxing ring or mixed martial arts ring with me. How do they expect to go and beat us? They got no chance.
Mm-mm. No, so that's what they said. How do we strategize? Well, the strategy is, how do we continue to put people in power that they choose? And the problem is they actually can't, because now their power structure is actually being diminished, because how can you fight something if you have no resources? They've lost Africa. They've already understood they've lost Africa. It's just that the puppets that are still there in power don't realize that they're no longer really empowered. They're just sitting on there for the ride, trying to figure out, how do I keep my head above water without them taking my neck?
Which is why he's planning for a war against Africa in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when we get there, it'll be even worse for them, because with our knowledge of how they strategize and how they operate, we'll be able to train up the Africans that are there and the Israelites that are there, and they won't have no chance whatsoever.
Well, not only that, they have to understand they're never going to get a chance to lay their finger on us. You want to know why? Would you like to know more? Because of this bug war that's coming from these planets. No, I'm just messing.
Oh, snap.
I had to get that Starship Trooper in there. Die, bugs, die!
Hey, you know what the lie is that they're telling about the bugs, don't you? That somewhere in our stratosphere there's a group of bugs that like make a ring around the planet, which, okay, if they want to say that we never see, that we rarely see. So I agree with you, Karras. There's some fake bug war coming.
Yeah, called Blue Beam. But before they get there, they have a problem with Russia and China. Brother Minister Yacoba, First Baptist Teo Ministries, African Methodist Episcopal, with.
Well, I think that we're gonna have a war coming up soon.
Family. Brother Yacoba has put in his cash app for the offering plate. Before we let's show our minister, deacon, brother, bishop, Episcopalian.
Ebenezer, party over oops Out of Time, 1999, AME, Lutheran.
And all those other
You
500
know what?
denominations.
You know that back in the day, right? When you had that guest pastor, before he goes on and he blesses us, let's bless him. Uh, but go ahead, go ahead, brother Yacoba. In terms of now, you see how the Most High is moving and mobilizing those forces. They won't be able to lift the finger. What say you?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. They have multiple objectives in their missions. And since our awakening, it is to, delete millions and millions of people, as we see with the Deagle report, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, they're the type of people, if we can't have it, nobody can have it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but at the same time, they're still trying to get Africa and the rest of the world part of this global commons called the United Nations so that they can control all of the world's resources. And I think after this particular war, as I've said in the past, we're going to have these two kingdoms, which is their kingdom, which is the Antichrist system, and then God's kingdom, which is going to be in Africa. And their countries are going to be like Blade Runner, corporatocracies, nothing but dirt and filth and stuff and AI and robots running around with people with no morals, right? And so these people are, at the same time got a plan that they're going to slowly take us out. That's why, as you all were saying in the beginning, it is worse here because I think they're trying to take us out faster. Not that, Britain and stuff don't have it bad, but I think they're moving at an accelerated pace here to take us out because I think America is really the threat because we are influencers. And if you notice, even some of these Gentiles, they're starting to, go against the Middle East people, the Ish folks. And, they're starting to recognize that, hey, maybe they're not the people. They calling them Khazars, right?
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is. It's changing.
That is, you know what, though?
Are you even allowed to use that word on this channel?
How many years were we talking about when they awaken, it's going to get ugly?
Exactly.
How many years were we saying that?
Exactly.
Yacoba, how many years were you saying that?
Yep.
Karis, you were saying that in 2018 when I first started listening to you. That was one of the things that drew me to you was that speech right there, was that eventually these people over here, these W's, are going to start turning on them. I can't remember the name of it. I don't even know if I remember if I have it saved or not, but that was the first video I heard from you. And it was 2018 because I just moved to Tennessee. And I was like, who is this? Because you used to play that Mace song on your intro. Yeah, yeah.
Now that's about to be updated to 24 days to live. I'm looking at that calendar like, if I had 24 days, I'd have to get it raw.
And this is happening. Sorry, I was just going to say this is happening at a time where everybody, it's not just black people are poor, they're poor and they don't like the taste of poverty. So now they're starting to wonder, where's all this money going to? And they saw what happened in Ukraine. They saw all the hundreds of billions that's gone to Ukraine. And now they're seeing where their money's going. Their tax money is going to that place. And it's like, they're like, no. They're starting to, this is why that's why these people are starting. Did you not see the amount of them that left fleeing saying, yeah, we're going to fight in the war? They weren't fighting in no war. They're going there to escape because they're walking out with bags of what I can only suspect is probably money, these massive long bags. And I'm like, you ain't going over there to fight. You don't even look like you could hold a weapon. You don't even look like you can hold a grenade or anything. So
even over here, they just want them out. They welcomed them with open arms a few months ago, but now they've gotten tired of them now, and people say they want them out. Did you see that, Sister Chantel?
I did. I've seen it, especially in Ireland. Oh my goodness. They keep saying, where's your women and children? Because a lot of them are coming over, it's men. And they keep saying, like one woman turned around and said, you lot are a bunch of cowards. How can you be out over here when your whole nation is at war and you're not even standing to fight for what you claim is yours? She turned around and said, Russia should have your land for the simple fact that you're not even willing to fight for it. I was like, okay.
Well,
But even
exactly.
so, the European Union and the Americans have thrown Ukraine under the bus by saying it's up to them to decide how much land they're going to give up for peace. Did you see that one, Karis?
I did. And you know, the crazy thing is, remember that was being floated. That was being floated literally like 2 weeks ago. And they're like, "Oh, the reports are the reports are fake, and you know they're being that's unsubstantiated." No, what it is that the State Department's literally telling them, "Hey, look, we're about to go into this next exercise. This thing is final, and we don't have what we need to have because you know, of course, they had told them, we're going to give you unlimited supplies, right? Remember that last year? It was unlimited. I saw that, my heart sunk. I said, for these folks." And remember, every black person was like, well, you have the money for unlimited ammo and weapons. What happened to reparations? See, they tried to dangle that carrot. This is why they're failing miserably. They dangled the carrot talking about, oh, we're going to get you as soon as Ukraine is free. Everybody's like, we don't care. We don't care about a free Ukraine. Well, give it to them. Half of them are Russians. Half of them are Russians anyway. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. Remember, if the discussion that you and I had, that no military has ever won in conventional history. I'm not talking about biblical history now. A war on more than two fronts.
No military. No, the last military that tried to do everything on multiple fronts was which military? I think
It
we
was
know
the
this.
Germans.
Bingo.
Germany.
Yes, bingo. Well, it's not a surprise that they think about that in this tactic because you know most of the higher the higher
Our West
German
Point trained,
leader,
aren't they?
most of the higher German leadership after World War II came over to the United States. So
Operation
Okay.
Paperclip.
I'm just saying you tried to incorporate their tactics that didn't win. I don't know if that's going to be, you know, I don't think that that's the smartest, right? I mean, this could be an old Chinese proverb. I'm not sure, but you know, it may. I may be paraphrasing Confucius, but you know, never learn from the folks that you just beat. There's a
All I'm gonna say
reason
is this.
why you beat them.
All I'm gonna say is this right here. And Karis, you could probably back this up or counter it because that's your field. But just in my studies, if the H man had listened to General Spitz, they would be running the world right now in 2023. Right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a metaphor for something I'm missing?
No.
I'm listening to explain.
No. It's just that
the man with the funny mustache.
Oh,
yeah, the man.
Hootsman. Yeah, him.
Yeah. If he would have listened, if he would have listened to in 43, if he would have listened to everything that General Spitz told him and told him how to maneuver, there's no way no one would have stood up to him. And I'm just from what.
Well, if y'all didn't know, Germany won the war. See, they didn't lie to y'all because Operation Paperclip, they came over here. Those people in the Middle East with the Ish, right? Exactly. Most of the leadership of their army were Ish people. That's why they have a name with an Nazi at the end of Ashk. right?
Exactly. And Yakoba,
All right,
take it back.
excuse
Take
me.
it even
Let me
further.
put my cash app
Yakoba,
in here.
Yakoba, take it even further and tell the people that it's really Rome that's won.
Yeah.
Take it
I
even further.
apologize. YouTube, I apologize. Listen to YouTube, I apologize. I'm sorry.
It's too
Jacoba,
late.
No,
You're not in
No.
trouble because
Yakoba came on here to say the things that he didn't want to say on his channel.
Jacob, just shut your channel down.
Keep
I
it
mentioned
Ooh, it's raw.
See, I'm going to defend you, Cobra. He didn't say
Better
that. He
use the
said
K word.
no. I'm gonna defend him. He said NOT space SEE.
Oh no, not C. I get that. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's good for the algorithm.
Mind games, isn't it?
As our Maple Leaf brethren, that's the prepper up there. Yeah, it's good for the algorithm. Okay, thank you.
Look, everything connects to Germany. Everything. The French, right? The Franks, they were part of Germany. The Anglo-Saxons are Germans, right? And them people in the Middle East are Germans, right? They're all tied together. And guess what? If y'all didn't see it, they got this Gentile did a video about the serpent seed. I put it on tail.com. They talk about that connection to Germany and to the Moravians and to the serpent seed. Look, this thing real.
Yep.
Oh snap! Naming nations and names. And I believe it.
Esau. That's all we're gonna say. Esau. Let's not mess around. It is what it is. That's why nothing that you ever knew.
EI, and then saw is SAW. Not the
Yeah,
other.
there you go. EI.
EI saw. There was
Hey,
I love red orange. EI saw.
Oh my goodness, y'all. hey, Sister Chantel.
People.
Hey, Sister Chantel, don't forget a lot of Japheth is gonna kind of feel that too. A lot of them. So don't leave them out of it. Or
I don't.
Japhet, how do you say it, Brother Asaph or Sister Chantel? Japheth or Japheth? Okay. Japheth, okay.
I say Japheth.
I call them pathetic.
Is it really Japheth or is it Japheth?
It's Japheth.
Yeah, I think it's
or some African Bantu language we still haven't learned yet.
Oh, golly, God. I can't with you, brother.
No,
look, bro,
I believe our real language is more close to that African vernacular. I don't think it's
Man, Garth be coming in with some daggers. He said, hold this. I'm going to pop this balloon off your head. Hold this. I got these daggers coming. Oh,
boy, God. But Jacoba, do you agree? Do you agree that a lot of however y'all say it, the J, not the J, the other J, the
J man,
however y'all say it, I say Japheth. Yeah,
Japheth.
Yeah,
they both right.
Oh, okay, but do you agree that they're going to get a lot of what Esau's getting?
They are Esau. Esau then infiltrated Japheth.
Thank you.
Oh,
I've been saying that for years.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not the only one who's been saying that. Japheth and listen, there was certain look. Esau has his seed mixed in everyone, right? But there is something about Japheth that draws him in. Something about Japheth. There's a certain kind of rebelliousness that he finds, that he is found taken, that he's allowed to take root, and he stays there, you know. And it's like that's where he is strongest. That's his stronghold. You know, everywhere else it's like, yeah, you've got traces of him, but he's definitely deep in the trenches there. You know, I just thought, like, somebody don't want to, sorry, I'm just going to say, like, people don't want to say, they don't want to say it, or they get their feelings hurt or whatever. I don't care, but it is what it is.
And just think about what they've done, right? You got the $5 Indians, right? You got the whiting out of the Australians. You got the whiting out of the Israelites over in Brazil, right? And everywhere they go, they take on the image. Same thing with China. China was darker, now they're lighter. You know, they've gone in and mixed everywhere, right? And you can literally see this throughout history.
I'm so glad you're saying this. I said this to my
then
mom. I
again,
said, Jacob is going to start saying it.
the thing is,
the
the thing is,
real
And
the
I'm
real
about to get my
event.
can I
channel
say something
shut
real
down.
quick?
Please support my. I'm looks like Cash App Covenant Awakenings, because you know this looks like YouTube is going to shut me down. I just been getting hit left and right. I'm telling you.
Sorry,
You guys
Karis.
don't get in trouble
I
because
just told you. I came on in here. I said I can't even monetize my channel. They already got me in a YouTube collection agency.
But we talking
Like,
about
dang,
they
yo.
and them. We not giving no
What
names
I'm
here.
about to ask Brother Jacob is going to be slightly controversial. I just want to know is like I want to know because people are still trying to figure out and pinpoint because from my understanding it was like the Horites that had the whole weird thing with their DNA and Esau mixed with them and that's how he got that component. Or some people think that the Canaanites turned a different
Garth,
color
I
from.
got this. Because you want to know why? There's a story that happens. It's animated. It happens every week. There's a new episode. They've had it since 1999, and it involves a dragon fruit.
Luffy? One Piece?
No, you know what? I'm not going to touch that.
Y'all
need
think
further
that
elaborate- I
think
need
that
further
Kara's
elaboration.
joking.
I've
He's
never
not.
seen
I'm
It's
not
true.
joking.
No.
It's for real.
I know
I've
he's
never
not
seen One
joking.
Piece.
I know he's not joking. I tend to talk too much, so I'm gonna let y'all talk about that because I don't want to say the wrong thing and get nobody in trouble. I know exactly where you're going. But the one thing I will say, Garth, to answer your question directly, is can I say it, Karis, or should I let you? Because you and your Cobra and Asaph have better filters than I do.
Put it in a private chat so I can look over it, and I'll give you. I'll let you. I'll clear it in 24 hours. No.
Okay, let me put it in the private chat right now. Hold on.
When he says, "Can I say it?" that means that you can't say it. No. Oh, so yeah, so there's one of the longest running animes. It's called One Piece, and One Piece literally explains everything, but they try to do it in like an innocuous cartoon. And when you see that cartoon, that anime, it's like, oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. If you
Oh
got
my
eyes to
goodness.
see, One Piece telling you everything.
Everything. I looked at that and I'm like, wow. World government. Oh, have you noticed that when we woke up, it coincides with the whole world waking up in one piece?
There's an Israelite race in One Piece?
Well, if there's an Israelite race, they're the slaves. What was that group that was the slaves?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
No, those are actually, I think technically, if you look at it, they're the pirates.
Oh, okay, because literally Attack on Titan just ended, and that's another show that literally shows you all about the giants. And
yep, the giant DNA, right? Wow. Not and that actually has me wondering, when are they going to activate their giant DNA?
Oh snap, yo! If you see one of them randomly bite themselves in the street, run.
I don't think it. Well, here's the thing: is that bite a snake bite? Snake oil?
I have no clue. I have my captivity spray, so I'm immune.
Well, because the funny thing is that what were they saying when the strain was going on? Remember, they were saying that folks that would get the last thing back in for 2020, they would be foggy and daisy and out of it. they weren't able to really process things. Remember, they would call it the days. I don't think they're gonna have any type of a physical reaction, but I think their mental capacity will be something dangerous.
Okay, bro, Karis, I'll put it in there and I'll let you determine if that gets out or not. That's all on you, brother.
Yeah, we're hold off on that. Your request is denied, Rojo.
I don't think it's that bad, but it's not my channel. I'd let it slide, Rojo, but it's not my channel,
Rojo, I would say if you can prove it biblically, right, or with any type of apocryphal canon, something like that, because YouTube will say, well, it's this, it could be deemed as hate speech. Well, that's why I always try to say, look, if they're going to say that like Jasher and Jubilees and the Apocrypha is hate speech, then that's as good as saying that the Bible is hate speech. Because why? Because those are reference biblical sources. So,
Yeah, it's
I
hate
hope you're not
speech to
reading.
say
I
that
hope you're not reading
gentlemen
out those
Rome
two
became
books.
one.
I hope you're not reading out those two books because they are shutting people down for reading out of Jasher and Jubilees.
I
Like,
was just reading out of that last week.
really?
Second Esdras, yeah, Second Esdras. That's well, that's the Apocrypha. That's the Apocrypha.
Now I had to go ahead and buy those off of I forgot where I bought them from, but I got the ebooks on those. I just read those for myself.
It is funny because when you read Jasher, it is kind of like an adaptation, a totally different adaptation of like the Bible, and it's like truthful and it's like more interesting.
God, Yasher is a scary book, bro. Read that book. That book is frightening.
I mean,
So let me read this to y'all right quick. This is One Piece for Oda, right? The world nobles practice slavery using wanted pirates, other people and races as servants, trophies, and pets to mark them as slaves. The celestial dragons mark them with the symbol called the claw of the celestial dragon. Can we say the mark of the beast? Forever marking them as less than human, slaves are treated particularly horribly.
Yep. Yeah. That's true. What was the one though? Now they just wrapped this on up. They literally just wrapped this on up. The one group of people that they couldn't touch. It was the land of Wano. The one group of people that they couldn't
Wano,
touch. Yes. Because they were able to keep their traditions. But and let me tell you this. I've been, for some odd reason, I've just been watching a lot of I've been watching on Amazon Prime. They've been having the documentaries, and I've been watching it. I was watching it the other day with the first emperor of China, Qin, and China or China is actually Qin's China. And guess what he was saying? He was a celestial god. He enabled himself a dragon, and the little thing, the headdress, was that he was covered in stars. He was covered in angels. I thought that was very, very interesting. What are they getting ready to go to in terms of this particular system? It's a new principality that they're getting ready to go to. It's not new per se, but it's a principality that's now getting lined up to have its final order, right? It's something that's been allowed or been given.
Is Carrie still there?
Yeah, he's talking.
Yep.
You can't hear him?
No, I can't.
MI6 is jamming the feed.
Can you guys
Yeah.
hear it?
Yeah, we hear him good.
I hear him.
Oh my goodness. I didn't hear anything.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think she could, Rojo. I think that she just ignored you.
I can hear you now. I hear you now. Hey. Maybe it's because I just left. Did you say something? I just left my house, so
I'm sorry. It's okay.
Don't listen to them, Rojo.
There's the celestial dragons that control the world. They're a secret family in One Piece that runs the whole world. The celestial dragons. And I'm telling you, Oda knows something. I'm like, it to me, it's more than just research. I know, supposedly he reads a lot, but he puts it together very well. And to me, I haven't met too many people other than Israelites and maybe a few Gentile conspiracy theories that may be close to the truth,
I need to watch One Piece. I've been looking at it, and I remember what you said. I was supposed to watch it years ago, but I don't know. Something else came up. So
the only brother on One Piece is Usopp, and he's long nosed, but he's a sharpshooter. And it was in one of the episodes they actually called him God Usopp. God Usopp, and he's
Usopp,
and he's a black. Yeah, he's the only black character.
Yeah, he's supposed to be black.
Like,
with that
yes,
big long nose.
Yes,
supposed to be.
Yes,
and then Shanks supposedly part of the celestial dragon.
Yes.
Haven't they got like a live action one on Netflix? I'm not really into live action.
Good too. Yeah.
Oh, is it good? Okay, because I was looking at it, I was like, I'm really skeptical about when they try to remake.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Anime.
It was pretty decent. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I thought it was actually it kept true to form. If you want to do it in a in a quick bang format. No, that was actually I would say it's pretty decent. Yeah. So, blue bloods, blue this, blue that, celestial, all these angelic hosts and things of that nature. We all know, look, we're here amongst the fallen ones. It is what it is. They've coded it in the DNA. Some of us carry that DNA through how our
you lie
have been pillaged and things of that nature.
You lie.
But the important thing is that, look, we're coming back to the knowledge of who we are, and we're repenting, and we're asking the Most High to rescue us, because this is something that we have no power and we have no authority to do on our own.
Hey, Karis, did you check the back channel, the private chat? And you don't have to say anything on it. I was just asking a question. It was mainly directed at you and Yakoba.
Can I say something in regards to that? Which I'll be delicate. I don't know if anybody has seen what he said in being related to Vlad the Impaler. If you've seen it, you know who I'm talking about. So I'm not going to say it because I'm not trying to get Karis in trouble.
Yeah, I'm going to be very careful on these panels, man. Like, I don't know what's been happening. We got some warships over there in the Middle East, and everybody's just tearing off. Well, Karis. I'm going to be having some
Think about how much
emails.
Think about how much Oda really knows, because they eat the dragon fruit, right?
Yes.
And, the dragon fruit is really transhumanism.
Yes.
Right? You eat it and you get powers from the dragon by eating the dragon fruit, supernatural powers, and that's what they're doing through technology, right? Through transhumanism. I'm like, it's all in One Piece. That's probably why it's been going on so long, because they're gonna be like, we told y'all the whole story. Y'all just stupid enough not to notice.
Hey, what's that episode with it?
But who can wield the more than one power? In there.
Who, Luffy?
No, who can wield more than one power in the dragon fruit? The fruit. It was Blackbeard.
Oh, Blackbeard, yeah.
Yes, and he was another black guy.
Oh, is he supposed to be black?
Yes.
Yo, I never seen One Piece, but I know Blackbeard is a.
Makes you wonder if Blackbeard was a little. Sorry, guys.
It was that one episode where they were having people as the guest of honor at the dinners, and you know what I mean. I'm talking in code,
Mm.
and they didn't know that they were the guest of honors, the people that were eating.
You showing this is on One Piece? I probably don't
Yeah.
know. I probably don't know. You know how many One Piece episodes there are? There's actually over
But
1,080, and that's not
That's
including the
exactly why.
specials.
That's what deterred me from watching it. I'm like, bro, it's not even filler. It's like it's like a lot.
1,000. Are you? No, I'm not catching up
Oh,
with
it's
that.
so worth it.
no,
It's going to take you at least 7 months. We'll talk about this
I'm,
in 7 months.
All right, let's
if
do
we're
it.
still
Come
here
on,
in 7
One Piece.
months, what are you talking?
now
No,
that
I'll be coming out strange.
You have to
My
pace
curtains will
yourself.
be drawn,
If you
and
can do
I
at
ain't
least
eaten for
25
ages.
episodes a day, you can get it done. But
I'm
you'll
gonna get
have
nothing done.
extreme mental fatigue and exhaustion, and
Like,
paranoia will set in.
I
Karis, I've
got
seen some things, some
I got
things, some
those.
strange things.
And if you watch the subtitles, you probably speak fluent Japanese by then.
Yep.
Oh, no, I don't
got
don't
those.
like doing subtitles.
I got those
I don't want to miss.
book of
Sorry, Rojo.
I got those Book of Eli visiting the old people's house vibes when I saw that episode, Soylent Green vibes, and I'm gonna tell you that episode was really so hardcore. It had me scarred for a few days, and I
I
think I've kind of
you,
tuned.
you know what I think about Book of Eli? I think about that as that will be some of our people that didn't want to go over, that refused and said, no, I'll live and I'll die by staying here. That to me is kind of what that is. That's literally post-exilic. Because you got to remember, once we're gone, they're done.
But what did the Most High say? He said, "I ain't leaving not one." I think Yashara will be gone, but that don't mean to say that there ain't going to be Hebrews there.
Well,
But not every Hebrew.
but here's also what the Most High does allow. What does the Most High allow? Will. It's going to be, will you have a choice to stay? Will you want to stay? It's going to get so bad that folks are going to be like, man, I'm out of here. You know how black folks are. They're not going to stay when it gets real bad. They're not going to stay when people are actually eating each other. No. You see what I'm saying? But there's going to be folks that are going to be like, no, I'm just going to be here hell or high water.
There's a scene in The Strain, right? That series where people were vampires, and some black woman was working for, a PC woman, and she was saying, "Is this? Oh my gosh, there's something in my eye." And the black woman leans over, and she saw those extra eyelids blink sideways, and she's like, "No, you're okay." She backed away slowly, went in and got her things from her room, and she bounced. She was gone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of our people are going to want to stay when we see what these people are doing.
Yeah. It's going to be so apparent. It's not just going to be us leaving. They're going to try to head for the exits too.
Hey, they better not try and take our space. Like a whole heap of them. I will be dragging. Hey, that's the first time that people will know.
Roger's going to tie up some inner tubes and rope, and they're going to be like, if you can make it to the continent,
What are you talking about? Rojo will turn 2 hog feet into nunchucks and be beating people with them. That's what Rojo's going to do.
Roger's just going to be throwing nothing but bacon cheeseburgers at him. There you go.
Here you go. You hungry? Boom! Eat that. What?
Right?
Boom!
It's just like Rojo be running, right? And like, back in the day, the cartoons when they had the banana peels and you just leave them behind and the Gentiles be slipping running after Rojo.
Hey, look. What? Seriously, what you, Karis, and Asaph were talking about kind of been bothering me. I've been like not at total peace, and it's not anything that y'all said that affected me, but because y'all were talking about this Shabbat, and when I looked up what's so important about the Shabbat, it turns out that it's 12/1. It's the first day of December, and I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to be stepping into on that day? Because a lot of people, especially them folks, them W folks, they're putting themselves out of commission around here. I mean, and that. I think Yacoba knows that, and you definitely know that up there where you at. Little bro Garth, they had what, dang near 3,000 cops in New York quit, and to me, it's a good number, but it needs to be more. I'm telling you, people are getting fed up.
Nah, man, I see it. They lost all their vigor and their zeal for America and all their principalities and all their wars and all their beer and American stuff. Like all that is dwindling, and they don't have any I don't know. They don't have any faith or real anything to stand on anymore. It's because they've been standing on folly for so long, and now it's being exposed. Now they either can just die and bear it, or just repent.
No. That. Oh, go ahead, Karis. I'm sorry.
Well, that repentance is going to be awfully hard, and remember, they're going to take that to their grave.
Well, you're right. At this point, repentance is. I don't know. I can't even think of that. I'm just blessed that I know who the Most High is. I'll just say that.
Well, no, all them trashes from New York, and I hate to say it like that. I'm not saying that everybody in New York's trash. They know who I'm talking about, the particular people. They're moving either to where you are, Garth, or down there to Florida where you are,
trust
Terry.
me, I know. I see a lot of
Oh, they're all here in Florida. I know. They're all here in Florida.
Every day I'm going to go study for my certification in the library. That's all I see. All of them, all ganged up, like everywhere. And then I'll see them working at like Dunkin' Donuts or some random place, or they're here.
Oh no, but a lot of them police are leaving New York police, NYPD, and going over there getting. Well, there are some places in New Jersey where the police departments are shut down. They're shuttered forever, like Camden, I think, but. I don't know where you are, but they're
Camden's been shuttered since 1993. You know that's the truth.
I remember one time. I remember one time I went to Camden, Rutgers, to visit my friend's sister. Me and him went to go visit his sister. It was different, man.
They stopped taking emergency calls back in the riot in '93. That's when they stopped. That was it. It was like, we don't do nothing but do just traffic tickets. If there's anything real, anything shooting, nope. Yeah, real up next is they've been shuttered since the 70s. Yeah, nah, that's it. You only see them on 295.
Rutgers Camden was like its own, like independent, like autonomous. I don't know. It was like you go through Camden and then you just go to Rutgers Camden and you just see a whole bunch of security everywhere on that one block.
On the campus. That's
on the campus. That's it.
Try to make it to the aquarium, man. It's like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to see the aquarium like that. I'll just go to Atlantic City.
Now I remember Camden. I was out there at Camden in 2016, and it was nice. The police would pass by and give me dirty looks, and I would give them dirty looks back. But they weren't messing with nobody. I mean, because
they can't.
Yeah, I'm going to law school here at Rutgers Camden. I'm getting my jurisprudence doctorate. You know, officer.
Yeah, no, listen. Look, Camden is one of those places. Oh my goodness, no.
Yeah, but the Rutgers Law School is good there. This is a funny thing. When I was considering going to law school, I was considering going there, but yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I thought Princeton was out there in Camden.
No, Princeton's up north. That's up in
Princeton,
New Jersey.
Yeah, Princeton's near Trenton. It's like 45. It's like 40 minutes away from where I live. Monmouth County.
Okay. Well, I mean, Camden is ghetto as heck, but I think where I was, because Karis brought up the aquarium, I wasn't at the aquarium. I was at this convention center, but I can't remember the name of it. But a whole bunch of homeless people sleep out there, and I was out there kicking it with the pull-up boys from HOI. I mean, I know, people have their things about the camps or whatever. I mean, I wasn't like, reading forming it like that. I was just kind of a hang around because I happened to be up there and I just wanted to be with my peeps. So they were doing a teaching and I just showed up out there.
It's a Candace Northeast. It's North. It's a North Philly East. Nah, Camden's worse than North Philly East. It is. Nah, you only drive through Camden to get to South Jersey somewhere,
or go to Rutgers University.
Now, if you want to compare Camden to, go ahead, Karis. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying. Look, you just pass through Camden just to get to Atlantic City.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, if you want to compare Camden to Philly, I would say it's more like Kensington than North Philly.
Oh my goodness, it's so sad. But the crazy thing is that when you see all on the streets, especially in Kensington, North Philly, man, it's like, oh, it's our people. No, it's not. It's their people, just all done. They're all folded over. I look at it. Remember when David said, "Let their backs be broken, so they cannot lift their heads."
Yeah.
Man, these folks are folded on their fentanyl.
Yo, so you're saying Father David knew that they would be perked out on the street?
No, my goodness.
Father David had vision, because I'm gonna tell you, I have never seen so many W people in my life in that kind of disarray ever.
I'm like, dang. That's like if they wanted to have a Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and they want to make it to a reality TV show. There it is.
You have people.
There it is.
You have people literally walking sideways, bent over backwards, with their arms hanging out, and they're looking, slobbering out their mouths.
Trust me, I've seen kids do it in school when I was in high school in Colton. That's all they do. That's their drug. That's all they can do with themselves. They're so privileged and rich. They don't know what to do with themselves, so they just try drugs like that. I don't know.
Well, remember they had said that they're having a rebound of the life expectancy, from the C-19 and things of that nature. However, they don't want to talk about fentanyl, and it's still crushing them. Remember, they're getting crushed so bad that they don't even want to talk about it. They lost the war on drugs.
Big time.
And the flesh-eating viruses on them too. I saw that too. Oh, cut from a different cloth.
You know what's so great, Brother Karis? The principle that the Most High has, he's going to give it back to them worse. And guess who started the war on drugs? Apropos.
Yeah, well, they started the war on drugs, but you think that they enforced it on them? No. No. So that's what I'm saying. When they gave up, man, look at that.
Hey, I remember when I was living in Dallas back in the aughts, and Jacoba might remember, or maybe he was in New Orleans back then. But I'm going to tell you, there were people, not us, it was them W's and them L's. And when I say L's, I mean the Tinos, dropping like flies behind this thing called cheese. And it was a very, very cheap form of here we go in. So take out the we go and combine the rest.
I wonder what you're talking about, Rose.
they were putting that stuff up their nostrils, and they weren't coming back from it. So
You
Like I
know,
said, this
Rojo, you don't know how to talk in code. You know that, right?
Yeah, his code is so,
You said
yeah.
those L's, and then you proceed to then say what it is you're trying to hide. What it is. That's funny.
All right. Well, family.
Yeah, bro, Joe. Subtlety's
it's
not your
about
gift,
that
bro.
time. We've hit about 3 hours. Just 3 hours. I gotta get final comments. Final comments, family.
okay, I'll
I'll
go
go.
first.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I want to first apologize to you, Jacoba. I got to catch up on your last two teachings. I've missed those.
It's okay,
So,
Rojo. I take Cash App.
and I'm probably going to have to make it up to you. Like,
I left the statement in the comment section.
In the back, you can hit me in the back.
Our honored, Cuba Oregon taking sister in pursuit. You know she was on Oregon. You know that she was on Oregon. Oh yeah, Pastor Hawkins.
but I guess I have a couple of questions. They don't have to be answered on the panel. You can answer when I drop. But everybody knows about the Areta Suse Day on December 24th. We all know who coined that. Is anyone going to observe that? Which, me personally, in my opinion, I think it's something righteous because it doesn't involve anything except, passing out stuff about Black history amongst each other. And on the other
Are you
side of
talking about
that,
Kwanzaa?
well, no, that was leading into the next thing. On the 25th, I mean, not the 25th, but the 26th, are we going to do a Kwanzaa thing, or are we going to do something different? Gather together and just hang out or do something. And for the 31st, are we going to have another, GDR, Global Day of Repentance Day? And I'll go ahead and yield the mic and drop there.
Yeah, that's the Global Day of Repentance. That's going to be in the works with our prayer team. We're getting that together. I'm expecting to send out emails probably next week, so I'll have that on out for our folks to invite up. But thank you, Brother Rojo.
All right, I'll go. I just had a question, and y'all could just answer it later, and also in the chat. I see a lot of people saying a lot of people sick, right? And I'm wondering if y'all hearing that or seeing that or noticing that anywhere. And that's all I gotta say. Good sharing with y'all today.
All right, thank you, Brother Jacoba. You can get to Brother Jacoba at $TEOTW 7101 $TEOTW 7101. Hallelujah.
Double for Rojo.
Yeah. All right. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next. I would like to thank the
I'll go
panel
next.
for
I was trying to get off the main
having me.
road, but because there's a lot of traffic, I'm walking on the street. I'm on road, innit?
Yeah. Do you hear Brother Asaph? I don't know if you went out again.
Yeah, I'll let Sister Chantal go.
Okay. I've enjoyed myself. I always do when I come on. I know it sounds very repetitive, but it's the truth. I enjoy myself. Didn't get to read them scriptures. There was a lot of talk about pork and swinging stuff, but it was fun. And that's what family is about. We have serious times. We come together. We can cry. We can laugh. We can, that's how I see things with family. Come out the road, Mia. But yeah, thank you for having me on, and I look forward to being with you guys again. Shalom.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Sister Chantal. We appreciate it. Brother Asaph.
Yeah, thank you for having me on at Covenant Awakenings, and my gratitude to all the contributing members of the panel. It's been an interesting discussion, despite it going segues with that pork sandwich.
That was a good. I listen.
Yeah,
You have to break it up. You gotta break up
yeah,
the good and the
you
bad.
got it. You got it. You got it. But these discussions are getting more intense as we go along, and we see what's happening in the news day by day. You know, our people are asleep, and they don't know exactly what is happening. And many people think that there's better days ahead, but we're just around the corner from it popping off, because you don't send all that gear down there and all that manpower down there without starting something.
Mm-hmm.
And Ukraine has just been thrown under the bus, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and all that money that they spent, they're not going to come back to anyone without anything, you know. So by next week, it's bound to change, and it's bound to become more intense. So we just have to keep prayed up and keep strong. And I hope to speak to you guys again on the next days after I have, and I'll keep listening when I'm at work, when I'm coming back from work. I love to listen to the replays, even though they're long.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry fam. I didn't mean to make it this long, but man, it was good. It was good. It was nice and meaty, to say the least. All right, thank you, brother Asaph. Brother Garth.
Yeah. Thank you for letting me go last. Yeah. Um, it was funny because I was honestly trying to come on there and be serious, but you know, when you have Chantel and Brother Rojo, it's hard, you know. But yeah, because I see, I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. Like something is gonna pop off by the end of December for sure, I believe. Before December, and like a major escalation has to take place, I
That's
believe.
good.
It has to, because
Mm-hmm.
I was literally watching our boy. He was talking about how Finland is closing their borders, and that's literally like a call for an escalation. They're closing. Finland's closing their borders. North Korea and South Korea are just, like stockpiling weapons on whatever imaginary line they've drawn, and they're just continuing whatever fake truce or whatever, cease and desist, until they could just bomb, well, like, what, well, yeah, until they can attack that land over there. But that's neither here nor there. I just pray for everyone to make it through and persevere. As long as we have the Holy Spirit and we have faith in Yeshua, we will be overcomers. And I say 2024 is going to be a very interesting year, and it's going to start off crazy, I think, but I could be wrong. So I hopefully we could look forward to that day of repentance, and then, like, when the clock strikes midnight, it's our exodus. That's what I'd hope for. But anyway, shalom, family, and thank you for having me, Brother Karis.
All right, thank you, brother Garth. I also like to say thank you for those folks that have helped with um, with supporting Quest Unite Africa, with our Tanzanian rent. We are about $1,000 away from our goal. So I definitely appreciate the support of our brothers and sisters. We're $1,000 away. So if the Most High leads you to give, please do so by visiting Quest to Unite Africa.org. That's Quest to Unite Africa.org, because we're doing some great work. We should have videos of our mint kit deliveries that we did here. Also, how we assembled, how we built. We showed you the warehouse that we have access to. And these are all the things that, let's not understand. Listen, we don't know how much time is really left. And I say, how much time is left before things really start to go crazy? Because you understand, once things start to go crazy, there is no turning back. Our folks are going to be jumping. If we can go, we'll go. If we need to bounce, we'll bounce. That's how it is. But we have a work to do, because that's what the Most High does. He expects his people to do what we've been called to do. Everyone that's been awoken at this time or awakened at this time, it's not because of some woke theory or fiasco or things of that nature. No, it's the Most High putting his spirit on you. So why? So when the time is needed that you are required of something, to let your family know, to let your friends know what's happening, you have to be that light. So family, again, please pray for your family. Please watch your health. Please pray for others around you. And until the next time, family, praying that the Most High allows me to come on here, because of some pure ignorance that I do have to admit I was a party to, and I'd allowed. I still cannot get the Rojo. Man, that imagery just had me dying. I'm sorry. That was funny. That was funny. You put pork on my sandwich. I'm not advocating for anybody to be throwing sandwiches through the drive-thru. Father, help me. Help me, Father. Oh, my goodness. Most time willing tomorrow. We're gonna come back at this again, because let me tell you, fam, we didn't even talk about what's happening in China. Oh, my goodness. Hallelujah. So with that said, family, shalom, salama, siyemi, shalom, peace and blessings. Yasharel.
Tuna wageni watatu, Mheshimiwa Sebastian Kapufi mbunge, ambao ni wadau wa maendeleo kutoka Marekani. Wadau wa maendeleo kutoka Marekani. Karibuni sana.